The first fall Saturday of the college football season brings a top 20 matchup to South Bend, as well as clouds and a little rain. Notre Dame and Louisville bring the September portion of their schedule to a close today here at Notre Dame Stadium. Lots of green. It is Irish wear green day here in South Bend. The Irish have lost only once. The Cardinals are still perfect. Louisville arrives in South Bend for the third time ever, but for the very first time as the higher-ranked opponent in this matchup. They have yet to lose this season. Marcus Freeman and the Irish make the jump from the MAC last weekend to the ACC today. With a mist coming down, here come the Irish. Louisville comes in with wins over Austin Peay, Jacksonville State, and Georgia Tech. Notre Dame awaits. Zora Stevenson with Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman.
Coach, you said your guys came into this week motivated. What did your team show you that they're ready?
The week of prep has been extraordinary. They've prepared the right way. They've learned from the valuable lessons you learned from the game, from practice, from last year's game. They're ready to roll.
Your defense has stood out all season long. What are they up against in this Louisville offense?
We got a great challenge. An offense that wants to run the ball, create explosive plays. So we know the challenge we have ahead of us, but I'm confident our guys will be ready to roll.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Zora, Coach, thank you. And for a September game, it's as pivotal as it gets. Two teams with postseason expectations square off today here in South Bend. Louisville, Notre Dame, and a little bit of rain next.
We'll get him by receiving in the northernmost end zone. Shut him up. Let's have a great afternoon of football.
Rain started to fall within the last 15 minutes here in South Bend. The clouds have been with us since early yesterday. Mild temperatures. We don't expect weather in terms of lightning to come in. Could be wet throughout the day on Irish wear green afternoon. Kicking off for Louisville is also their field goal kicker, Brock Travelstead, the veteran. He was good against Notre Dame last year in a huge Cardinal win on the road. You don't get that many of these. Only 3 matchups today present top 20 teams against each other. Jaden Harrison back to receive. We've got one of them right here in South Bend. Louisville, Notre Dame, underway. From the 10 across the 15 and out to the 23. Fumble! Notre Dame fumbled the opening kickoff. Aeneas Williams, the freshman, put it on the turf, and Louisville has it. Devin Ford fumbled for Notre Dame for the 2nd game in a row. Notre Dame turns it over on special teams early.
Hey, Paul, one of the big emphases for Notre Dame in this ball game is to start fast. Obviously, you can't start much slower than this. There was a turnover last week in the kicking game, and here's another one. Now Louisville is knocking on the door at the 24-yard line. Wow, what a start.
It was a muff punt last week against Miami, Ohio that they recovered. Now it's a fumble on the kickoff. And just like that, Marcus Freeman was once a defensive coordinator here in South Bend, and his defense up against it right now. Louisville takes over 1st and 10 on the Irish 24. Special teams issues continue now. Field goals, punts, and now kickoff. Louisville's first play. Chuck on the toss, sweep. A little bit of rumor on the right side for the true freshman, Isaac Brown. Starting lineups for the Louisville offense delivered by Papa John's. This is a pass-first offense. They average over 300 yards per game. Jason, they have a clear top target in former Alabama wideout, Ja'Cory Brooks.
Yeah, Ja'Cory is a dynamic player for Louisville, but we saw it in the first play of the game. They're going to use a lot of different personnel in this game. They had a true fullback in there in I formation. This time, as a penalty comes out, they had 12 in the huddle. Looks like they're going to be in a 3-wide receiver set.
Referee today, Mike Roshan, an ACC crew.
Substitution infraction in the offense, breaking the huddle with 12 players. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Jeff Brom, head coach for Louisville, uniquely qualified to coach there. Born in Louisville, raised there, played quarterback for the Cardinals. 2nd season now as the head coach.
Uncharacteristic start for Louisville. They typically start fast and have that substitution problem early on here. Get them behind the chains a little bit.
Chuck, plenty of time, floats it out, on target. 1st down Louisville, just inside the 10-yard line. Amari Huggins-Bruce sets him up 1st and goal. Interesting story for Louisville quarterback Tyler Shuck. He turns 25 years old today, 7th year of college football, 3 years at Oregon, 3 at Texas Tech, using his final season to play for Jeff Brom at Louisville.
Yeah, when you think about the COVID year in 2020, and then he had 3 different injuries during his time at Texas Tech. That's the reason for the 7th year. I know Jeff Brom's happy to have him as his quarterback.
The 1st year of college football was all the way back in 2018. 1st and goal. Chuck, play action and on the move. Wants to throw back, has an open man. Touchdown, Louisville. Isaac Brown, the true freshman from Miami, on a 10-yard hookup with Tyler Shuck.
Wow, what a start for Louisville here. They get the big takeaway on the kickoff. Let's just take a peek and see if Isaac was able to make this catch. Called a touchdown on the field. I don't see anything there that would cause the officials to overturn that one.
Yeah, they're all watching. You see on the Louisville sideline, they're looking up at the big screen. And yes, that was a touchdown. Jeff Brom told us this week, the running back we have to get the ball more to. We play 4 of them. Is number 25, Isaac Brown, and he shows up early. Brock Travelstead. Extra point is up and in. And the start could not have been any worse for Marcus Freeman and the 3-1 Fighting Irish. Devin Ford fumbled the opening kickoff. Louisville recovered on his birthday. Tyler Shuck finds the true freshman Isaac Brown. Louisville already up 7-0. Last year in Louisville, especially the 2nd half, a lot of pressure on Sam Hartman. They sacked him 5 times. They turned the offense over 5 times. Jack Hartman celebrates along with the rest of the Louisville faithful. as the Cardinals ran away in the second half. Jeff Brom said that was the biggest win of our season. It was a 10-win season. And for Marcus Freeman, boy, in all caps, not the start his side wanted here today. You can see it on his face. Irish will get a second chance here at bringing it back. Jaden Harrison from half a yard deep will take a knee. How about Louisville's touchdown, Coach?
Yeah, this was the matchup we were looking for, this Louisville offense against Notre Dame's defense. Watch what they do with Bell. They take him across. They pull the guard. Here comes Shuck out here, and they take the running back, Isaac Brown, through the middle of the line of scrimmage, and he runs a wheel route up the sidelines. Jeff Brom's a great play designer and a great play caller. The execution was perfect.
Jeff Brom told us during the week that my quarterback, Tyler Shuck, decent arm, but not great. He really places the ball well downfield, to the chagrin of the Irish fans. Good touch there, well-designed play. And just like that, Louisville is up 7-0.
Shuck, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions so far this season. Really playing at a high level.
4th-ranked quarterback in QB efficiency in the nation so far. Riley Leonard's first chance here. Jeremiyah Love to his left. Right to the air. Jordan face on with a chance. Wrapped up right away and gets out to the 29-yard line. Notre Dame starting lineups on offense delivered by Papa John's. This is the 3rd different group because of injuries they've had to use on the offensive line. It's a young unit. However, 2nd consecutive week, they've all started together. General thought with the Notre Dame offense, excited about what they can do with the run game. A lot of people wondering about where the pass game may go. Riley Leonard with a nice hole in the quarterback draw. First down for Notre Dame comes, no surprise, from Riley Leonard's legs, and a gain of 9.
Yeah, the most consistent part of Notre Dame's offense has been quarterback run. This is quarterback counter. They put number 13, Riley Leonard, in behind the guard, in behind the halfback. A great lane up front. This Notre Dame offensive line coming off the ball and winning the line of scrimmage. A good run early for Leonard.
First time in his career he has 4 consecutive games with double-digit carries. Gives him the first there. This time Leonard gives inside. Cardinal defense there for it, but squirting out to the 43-yard line is Jeremiyah Love. So Riley Leonard earned a reputation as a dual-threat quarterback in his 3 years at Duke, now running the ball better than he ever has, coming off back-to-back 100-yard games, Jason, for the first time in his career.
And he can be a dominant player in this game just because of his ability to run. They have an excellent running back tandem in Price and Love, and you add Leonard to that, it puts pressure on the defense every time the ball is snapped.
Mitchell Evans, a tight end they'd like to get going, and motion back to the left, and back to the air goes Leonard. Steps up. Little touch pass. Jaden Greathouse inside of Louisville territory. Gain of 18.
Excellent job by Riley Leonard navigating the pocket. There's people all around him. Early on in the season, he was going out the back of the pocket. Watch him here. This is play action. Early heat, climbs up in there. Love doing a good job knocking the defender away. Leonard keeps his eyes up, and he finds Greathouse. Big gain for the Irish.
Good news for Riley Leonard on the move early in the game last week. He struggled. Tough one there to the left. Sets him up 1st and 10 on the 38. Another inside give. Nice cut by Love. And he's down to the 28-yard line near another first down. He'll be just shy. TJ Quinn, the linebacker, with a stop.
Run the football. Play to your strengths. They got to defend this guy. Now they got to defend this guy. It's a 3-headed monster for Notre Dame. Excellent job by Anthony Knapp coming off. There's a double team at the point of attack, and then he comes off to the 2nd level. Good patience by Love, waiting in behind it, letting it develop. Another big gain on the ground for Notre Dame.
2nd down, less than a yard. Leonard out of the backfield. Love tries to cut it back, and he's wrapped up. He lost yardage that time to set up 3rd down and short. Take a look at the Louisville defense. Remember what they did to Notre Dame last year, really just wrecked the offense in that second half. The one who disrupts the most, number 9, Ashton Gelati on the defensive line.
Yeah, Gelati plays defensive end. He plays defensive tackle. One thing you see him do is disrupt football plays in the run and the pass. He did it one more time right there.
3rd down has been great for the Louisville defense recently. The last couple of teams have only gone 3 out of 24. Leonard back, looking out of his hands quickly and dropped. Pass dropped by his top wide receiver, Bo Collins.
Yeah, uncharacteristic drop for Collins. He has been Riley Leonard's favorite target here in decision time here for Marcus Freeman. You mentioned the rain. Not a perfect day here.
Hey, they're going. 4th down and 3, couple of tight ends in the game.
This is that gray zone area, Paul. This is the stuff that puts gray hair on your head, having to make these decisions. I like the fact they're going for it here.
Inside of 10 seconds now on the play clock. Riley Leonard has come out throwing. 4th and 3. On the move. Jaden Thomas got it. First down, Notre Dame. Gain of 6.
What a great call by Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator. This was an issue. It just spread out this way. It's one-on-one outside. Run up, run out, give them the ball. And if you watched the game last week against Miami, Riley Leonard missed a couple of those throws early on in the ball game. Love the confidence of Denbrock coming back to it.
Has been good to his left so far. Throwing more than they're running so far.
They sure are. Trying to keep them off balance.
Empty backfield now for Riley Leonard in his 26th career start.
Heat, heat, more heat. Here they come.
Now he's moving to his right to the far sideline. Greathouse again. His second catch picks up 4 yards.
Really like what they're doing, moving the pocket. And again, it was an issue last week. Denbrock told us that Riley Leonard threw the ball on the run really well in practice, and they were going to use it. They weren't going to sit him back there in the pocket all day long. A couple early completions are big.
Mike Denbrock telling us yesterday, Marcus Freeman separately as well, what a good week of practice Riley Leonard had. Off to a hot start. He's 5 out of 6. Second time he's run up the middle. Hit low, and right when he got to the 18-yard line, would be a couple of yards short. Pick up a 3, certainly counts as 3rd down. And manageable. Jeff Brom, one of his main messages to us, first of all, Jason, he said, my #1 concern, Riley Leonard's legs. #2, we have not done well against running quarterbacks.
Yeah, no doubt. They've had issues all year long, and they came in. Big question for Denbrock is how are they going to defend the quarterback run? They're the numbers against Jacksonville State and Georgia Tech. Nobody runs the ball better than Riley Leonard does from that quarterback position. You can see it's an emphasis for the Cardinals.
Quarterback certainly on the call sheet of possibilities here on 3rd down and 2. And there it is, right back up the middle. First down, Notre Dame, and then some. Leonard inside the 5. 11th play of the drive gets him 13 yards and sets him up 1st and goal.
Hey, in all these crunch time moments, one more time, it's Riley Leonard. They're just going to run off tackle here. Short yardage situations. He gets Jeremiyah Love up inside. He blocks out on the end. Emil Wagner goes down, creates a hole for number 13, and Riley does the rest.
A week ago, Jason, Notre Dame it took them a while to respond to the poor start. They go down 7-0. Knocking on the scoring door now. Jeremiyah Love, 1 cut and some fights. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
You said it, that's the word right there. It's fight. Just watch these guys up front knock the white shirts off the football. They have to deal with the quarterback run. Now just hand it to your best runner, Jeremiyah Love. The movement by the offensive line, Rocco Spindler, the right guard, creating some space. Pat Coogan inside. Whenever you take the defensive lineman in the end zone, in the low red zone, that's a good thing for your running back. Great response by the Irish.
Marcus Freeman has the same look on his face as when they fumbled the opening kickoff. You know, he feels a little better on the inside. Extra point ties it at 7. He watches his offense respond in a big way. Jeremiyah Love told us yesterday, I avoid contact if I can, but I can run through it if I have to. Ran through it into the end zone, and we're all tied in South Bend. Notre Dame's offense off to a much better start than we saw last week against Miami of Ohio when they struggled really for the first quarter and a half. First time they had the ball, 12 plays, 75 yards, a little over 6 minutes off the clock. Riley Leonard was very good on the drive through the air and with his legs, Jason, and Jeremiyah Love caps it off.
If we heard it once this week, we heard it 100 times. We have to start fast. We have to start fast. They turn the ball over on the opening kickoff. The defense can't respond in sudden change situation, but the offense, probably the unit that's been struggling the most on this team early on in ball games, responded with a big drive, and I love the mix by Denbrock. They ran it, they threw it, they moved the quarterback, they got different people involved. What a response.
We just saw the smile from Marcus Freeman for the first time today, Jason. What an emotional roller coaster September has been, and really this game already, too.
It's been incredible for them. They go down to A&M in week 1 and get a tremendous win in College Station, but then they come back with a loss at Northern Illinois. Then they blow Purdue right out of the stadium. Then it's a little bit of a struggle last week, so it certainly has been a roller coaster. They need to settle down and play their best today.
Louisville's got to get on that and bring it out. And they won't make it out to the 10. They fumble. Ball's on the ground. Scramble for it. We wait the signal. Louisville did recover. Cardinals pounce on it. Notre Dame lost the opening kickoff, and Louisville almost lost that one.
The best teams do the big, basic, fundamental things better than everybody else. And the most fundamental thing in football is to take care of the football. Does the right thing to bring it back out after he fumbles. Didn't see who had it. I think it was Drake Bone getting that left hand in. Textbook. Pulling that ball out. It's why you sprint to the football on both sides. You never know what's going to happen. Big break for Louisville to maintain possession.
So what can happen with a true freshman running back? He had the touchdown moments ago and then just had the fumble. Tyler Shuck keeps it himself. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. He keeps it himself, and he's still rolling. Tyler Shuck inside of Notre Dame territory. Fumbled the ball. Fumbled at the end, and Notre Dame has it. Leonard Moore, the true freshman, at quarterback, makes the play.
Talk about a roller coaster. Notre Dame thought it was a tackle for a loss.
So did I.
Shuck keeps it 40 yards down the field, and there he is, the freshman, Leonard Moore, getting an opportunity to get more involved here, and they love this guy. A true freshman coming in, the poise enough to knock the ball out. Xavier Watts making the tackle. Here comes Moore, the second guy in. Everybody sprinting to the ball. Jaden Osbury recovers. Irish back in business.
Leonard Moore getting time because Jaden Mickey, who had been the third corner for Notre Dame, decided to enter in the transfer portal earlier this week. Leonard Moore showing up right away. That was the first turnover of the season here in Game 4 for Louisville. Jadarian Price now the tailback for the Notre Dame offense. Second time they've had the ball. First time they took it all the way down and ended it with a Jeremiyah Love touchdown run. Leonard hesitates, waiting. Ends up getting 3 yards on first down. Their top tackler, TJ Quinn, the outside linebacker, makes the stop.
And that's one of the challenges for Notre Dame. You're going to see a variety of looks from Jeff Brom, the head coach, and the defensive coordinator, Ron English. A lot of guys around the line of scrimmage. I love the patience by Riley Leonard on that one, letting the play develop and getting a positive play. But every time they come to the line of scrimmage, English has to be concerned with number 13 running the football.
Jadarian Price shifting to the right side. Mitchell Evans in motion. Leonard gives. Price kicks it out. That was a good idea. First down, Notre Dame. Jadarian Price picks up 22.
Absolutely love Jadarian Price as a runner. Number one trait, lateral quickness. He's working here, and then he bounces it and captures the edge. You see him do this time and time again. Up inside, captures the edge. He's quick enough and he's fast enough, and then he gets those shoulders squared down the field. When you have to deal with the quarterback run, all of a sudden those runs to the running backs become a little bit cleaner. Great 1-2 punt for the Irish.
Mike Denbrock told us yesterday his first priority early, paying attention to how they play the quarterback run, and that'll dictate how he calls the game. Price remains in on first down. Give it right back to him. Nothing there that time.
And as we look at it from here, from our vantage point on the sideline, all of a sudden you're seeing a lot of white shirts. This Louisville Cardinals defense getting closer and closer to the line of scrimmage, and you're seeing guys like Bo Collins, the receiver, seeing one-on-one coverage. Great opportunity for Notre Dame to take a shot on an early down to take advantage of it, see if they can win a one-on-one matchup and make a big play.
Riley Leonard, strong start, 4 carries, 27 yards. He's also completed 5 out of 6. On second down from the pocket, steps up, touch pass, Jaden Greathouse, touchdown Notre Dame!
Put this thing on a clinic reel. This is what we call triple seam. All goes Spelcher. You're watching this guy right here. One guy goes there. One guy goes up the seam. Down here. Occupy him on the backside. If you play single high defense, one guy in the middle of the field, you have to defend the seams. Love how Greathouse goes inside, and then he recaptures his width. Riley Leonard, excellent with his eyes. Greathouse through the middle of the defense. Big time call by Denbrock. Again, excellent execution.
Excellent job by the offensive line, starting together as a group for the second consecutive week. Extra point is up and in. Built a perfect pocket for Riley Leonard. Who said Riley Leonard was struggling? He is already 6 out of 7. Perfect pocket, touch pass on the money to Jaden Greathouse. Notre Dame leads 14-7. Coach Stoops, the Wildcats there here in South Bend. Riley Leonard off to an excellent start. You see the numbers there. He has also run for 27 yards. Notre Dame's offense has had the ball twice, and they have 2 touchdowns to show for it. Jeremiyah Love with the first touchdown. Jaden Greathouse with the second. Inside of 5 minutes here in South Bend, the Irish lead by 7. Louisville's offense will begin on the 25. Head coach Jeff Brom comes back home to Louisville after doing some serious work the last 3 seasons. His final 2 years at Purdue, signature wins against ranked opponents. 2021, those wins came against top 5 teams. 22, took him to the Big Ten title game before coming back home, flying high back with a team that he quarterbacked and grew up rooting for. Last year, the big win against Notre Dame. Jeff Brom said it was the biggest win of their season. Back-to-back conference title games, Big Ten to the ACC. First time a coach has done that in 2 consecutive years. Power 4 ever. His quarterback is 25 years old today. Starts this drive down 7. Quick pitch, Brown already has a touchdown. This will be a first. Isaac Brown, the fastest running back Louisville has. Big gain of 20 yards.
Yeah, back to Jeff Brom. He's won everywhere he has been. Western Kentucky, Purdue, and now here at Louisville. And one of his great strengths is as a play caller. And you talk to the defensive coordinator, Al Golden, he just does different kinds of things, unorthodox things, calls plays uniquely, intuitively, and instinctively. Good example there. They wanted to get Isaac Brown to the perimeter on a first down run. Big explosive play to get this drive started.
1st and 10. Chuck hasn't missed yet. 3rd completion, but it's a short one. Jordan Clark, after 5 years at Arizona State, big hit on Isaac Brown. A lot of ties, a lot of connection bringing Jeff Brom back to Louisville. Look at this list. As I mentioned, he grew up in Louisville, went to high school right there, was an excellent quarterback for the Cardinals, even was a head coach in the Arena Football League, an assistant before he left to build his resume as a head coach at Western Kentucky and Purdue before coming back. 2nd season now leading the Cardinals. Jaden, the tailback, a fake to him. Sets up down the near sideline. Ja'Cory Brooks, almost a one-handed catch. Some contact, but no flag. Benjamin Morrison, tight coverage.
This is what Ja'Cory Brooks does best. He runs these 9 routes, these go routes outside, and Benjamin Morrison, one of the best cover corners in college football. Love what Morrison did early on. He pushed him wide. When you push the receiver up against the boundary, not a lot of places to throw it, and then one more time, poise at the catch. I think it was a good no call there.
Chuck's first incompletion, little bit of rain coming down. 3rd down and 9.
Showing heat.
Play clock down to 2. Chuck keeps it, pitches on the option. Nothing there. Fighting Irish, stand up on the perimeter, gain of 3. Adon Schuler the first there.
This was a play that Louisville had a lot of success with in last year's game. It just going to option the end man on the line of scrimmage right here. Big play for them a couple times. Boubacar takes the quarterback. Kaiser sprinting to the ball. Adon Schuler everywhere. You go take the quarterback, trust the other guys to get there. Kaiser, Schuler chasing it down. The Irish defense is off the field.
You mentioned in our conversation, the pregame show, that Notre Dame plays with an edge in these kind of games, top 20 games, and they have shown up that way so far. Now inside of 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Brady Hodges back to punt. Back snap over his head. Notre Dame knocks it further toward the goal line. Down to the 3, Notre Dame on it. Fighting Irish will have first and goal inside the 5.
You don't think special teams is important? The biggest plays of this ball game, it's really just a bad snap. Rifle back high over Hodges' head. He really has no chance to make this play. Love the aggressiveness. It's Faison first, getting there. Notre Dame knocking on the door inside the 5-yard line.
Kennedy Urlacher.
Defense to climb. Defense to take possession of the play. First down, Notre Dame.
That's Jordan Faison, who plays lacrosse in the spring at a high level, celebrating with his lacrosse teammates in the end zone. They'll be honored for the national championship in between the first and second quarter. So Faison knocked the ball further back. Kennedy Urlacher recovered. And Notre Dame, they've scored both times they've had the ball. First and goal to 4.
Yeah, and Urlacher got a chance to play in the second half of the Purdue game and showed up everywhere. And you see that quickness and explosiveness and playmaking ability to finish it. And if you're Louisville's defense right here, get ready for number 13. Quarterback zone read is coming, I guarantee you.
Jeremiyah Love is to his right. There it comes. And there he goes. Touchdown, Riley Leonard.
And why not? If you're Mike Denbrock, just call it again and again and again. They are so good running the ball with the quarterback down in here close. This time, Love's the lead blocker. One more time to Riley Leonard. Pull the backside guard Spindler. Create movement. Excellent job by Eli Raridan. Creating some space up inside. Riley Leonard so good down here. He ain't Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen's one of the great red zone runners of all time, but he's pretty darn good.
2 rushing touchdowns last week. There's his first today. But Notre Dame was down 7-0. Feels like a long time ago. 21 unanswered points now for the Irish. Jeter's extra point is good. Starts with a special teams gap for Jeff Brock's Cardinals. The snap way over the head, and Jordan Faison knocks it closer to the goal line. Kennedy Urlacher recovered. Riley Leonard knew exactly what to do from there. Get ready to put up a fight. Here Come the Irish is a 7-episode Peacock original docuseries that follows the Fighting Irish as they make their way through this 2024 college football season. Stream the first 2 episodes now, only on Peacock. Irish wearing green there, and these highlights are these pictures. Joe Montana, legendary game against USC. They came out and won that one. Notre Dame wears the green one time a season. It worked very well last year against USC and looking pretty good today on an Irish rare green afternoon. Touchdowns already from Jeremiyah Love, Jaden Greathouse, and Riley Leonard. On the 1-yard line, the freshman Isaac Brown sees the edge, goes down at the 17-yard line.
Hey, since Knute Rockne was the coach here, there's no statistic that correlates more to winning than the ball. The ball, the ball, the ball, and that's been the issue early on. Notre Dame fumbles the opening kickoff. Louisville fumbles their kickoff. Shuck gets the ball knocked out. And one more time, the ball goes over the Louisville punter Hodges' head. The ball, the ball, the ball has been the difference. Notre Dame has taken advantage. The big reason why they're up 2 scores early on in this game.
They were -4 in the turnover game in the loss at Louisville last year, +1 right now. Tyler Shuck hands off, nothing there. Fighting Irish in the backfield, Boubacar Traore.
Talk about a guy taking advantage of an opportunity. Jordan Botelho was having a great year, season-ending injury. This is Traore on the backside. They try to run a counter play away. They pull a guard, they pull a tackle. Here comes Traore chasing it down from behind. He's big, he's long, he's fast, and he plays with a relentless spirit.
First start last week. How about this? Couple of sacks, forced fumble, 5 tackles. Leads all freshmen in sacks with 3.
Something else.
Second down, 11. Near sideline, Ja'Cory Brooks has it. Snuck behind Benjamin Morrison there for a big gain. And that's their top wideout, 27 yards.
Morrison was so good on the previous go-route, not this time. Brooks beats him at the line of scrimmage. He beats him early. Gets down the field. Shuck sees it and gives him the football. It's going to be a great matchup. Morrison against Brooks into the boundary and press man-to-man coverage with no help. Brooks won that time.
See if that'll stop the bleeding a little bit for Louisville. They had 1 point, led 7-0. Up the middle. Howard crossed there to make the stop. We met with Howard yesterday. He was not in a good mood. Said, oh, there's Boubacar Traore right there. Grabbing the left knee.
Timeout on the field for an injured player.
Take a look at the play. Boubacar Traore just made the play in the backfield, and he's the injured Fighting Irish defensive player down. Coming in from the backside, number 5. We'll be back to South Bend right after this. Boubacar Traore, the injured Irish player, to the sideline. Junior Tui Alamaka, number 44, takes his place. Second down, 6. Toss sweep to the left side. Notre Dame there. Good cutback. And a first down for Louisville. Isaac Brown. Jack Kaiser makes the tackle. So for the Notre Dame front 7, they already had Jordan Botelho out. He was the intended starter and playing very well. Boubacar Traore takes his place. This was his second start today. Now he goes to the sideline. And Junior Tui Alamaka takes his place.
Good news for Irish fans. Tui Alamaka has been really productive with his opportunities this year. As a run defender, as a pass defender, intercepted a pass last week. This guy's been all over the place.
First and 10. Chuck. Double pumps. Tries to cut it back, but gets tossed out of bounds by Jalen Sneed. Loss of 1.
And that's what Jalen Sneed does. The fastest linebacker that Notre Dame has. They use him a lot of different ways as a rusher, and then off the ball, Chuck had no chance.
Quite a first quarter here in rainy South Bend. Couple of top 20 teams going at it. Louisville went on top 7-0, but then it was all Notre Dame. 3 consecutive touchdowns, and they head to the second quarter leading 21-7. For now, the rain has stopped in South Bend, and Notre Dame fans hope the scoring continues. The Irish head of the second quarter leading 21-7. Welcome to the broadcast booth. Paul Burmeister alongside the head coach, Jason Garrett. And a September pattern continued here in South Bend a little while ago with the Fighting Irish going down early. This time, though, they had a much different response.
Yeah, such an emphasis for every coach to start fast. You got to start fast. But more important than that is the word you just used. You got to respond. It's a 60-minute game, particularly when you're playing a team like Louisville. Can you get to the next play? Can you pick each other up? And the thing that Marcus Freeman has to feel good about is that response of this team. And this Notre Dame offense, certainly their best performance so far this season, mixing the run and the pass. They got Louisville on their heels.
And Jason, I know they feel awfully good about what Riley Leonard has done. 6 out of 7 already and a touchdown run. He watches now to see if the defense can get him the ball back. Second down 11, first play of the second quarter. They try it up the middle. They get across the 45. And not by much. That's Duke Watson, another true freshman running back, and Riley Mills made the stop.
Something that's really interesting with this Louisville offense, different than most college offenses, they use a lot of different personnel. And they're going to show you a lot of different looks. They deal with motion, you deal with pulling guards, you deal with inside runs and outside runs and hard play action passes from different personnel groupings. So every time Notre Dame comes to the line of scrimmage, they're dealing with something different. Brown's constantly putting pressure on you.
Favorable third down here for Notre Dame defensive coordinator Al Golden. Third down and 8. Here comes the blitz. They got there. He threw it away. Incomplete. Incomplete pass just inside the 35. And Don Schuler had the tight coverage on the tight end, Mark Redmond.
Heat, heat, and more heat. That's what Al Golden does. You see Schuler right here. It's a blitz right down the middle, and they're going to be locked up in man-to-man coverage behind it. Love the aggressiveness of Schuler. He's a free rusher. Shuck has no chance. When you play against Al Golden, sit on the fastball. The fastball is pressure and man-to-man coverage. React to everything else. Excellent job getting off the field.
Top 10 points and yards a year ago. Most players back. Top 10 in points once again. Punt is away. Max Hurlman for Notre Dame. Fair catch. Diving fair catch. No flag yet for contact. And that play will stand. Take another look there. Good job of bringing that in by Hurlman.
Yeah,
was touched.
Yeah, surprised they didn't make that call. Hutchinson getting a little too aggressive there. The ball kind of floated to Hurlman's left, right into Hutchinson. Should have made that call.
The look on Marcus Freeman's face, the same as 70,000 plus here.
Pretty shocked.
Inside the stadium as he watched it. Worst field position yet for Notre Dame. The offense, though, hasn't really been slowed. They've had the ball 3 times. They have 3 touchdowns. They start this from the 7-yard line. Riley Leonard has missed only 1 time so far. Jadarian Price wrapped up in the backfield. Fumbled. He fumbled. And Louisville has it. Stanquan Clark, the linebacker, knocked the ball loose. Each side now has 2 turnovers.
It's been a light rain early on in this ball game, and it's had the biggest impact on the ball game. Just not being able to secure the football. Gets the right hand in there, right on the ball. Whenever you have that ball that's flat, you hear about high and tight. You want the point of the ball up. You want your wrist above the elbow. When it gets down, that's when you're susceptible to getting the ball knocked down. It happened right there. Notre Dame has done a good job being the guys who are taking the ball away in this game. Turnabout's fair play. Now Louisville's knocking on the door with a chance to make it a 1-score game.
Turnovers, a big story so far for both sides early in the second quarter, 2 apiece. Most recent one has Jeff Brom and his Cardinals set up 1st and goal from the Notre Dame 9. Tyler Shuck starts this drive 4 out of 6 for 53 yards. To pass. Quickly out of his hand, on time. And a good tackle there right away by Jordan. Gain of 3, and that's the former Arizona State defensive back Jordan Clark with the stop. Side coverage.
Notre Dame has been one of the best red zone defenses in the country, only giving up 3 touchdowns all year long. Early on in the ball game, the fumbled kickoff, didn't respond to the sudden change situation. Now the defense back out there. Louisville has it inside the 10 and knocking on the door. Looks like Al Golden's going to play some man coverage outside. Wouldn't be surprised if you see some pressure.
Hand off to Brown, cuts it up, goes down to the 5. Speed to the edge didn't work that time. He picks up 1 to bring up 3rd and goal.
Brown's a dynamic running back. He's a freshman. He has the best speed, and Brown wants to get him to the perimeter. You've seen that time and time again. Just watch Notre Dame turn the ball back inside. They keep their outside pad free, and they force Brown to get back up inside. Alsbury really developing before our eyes. Not only does he turn it back, but he makes the play.
Now you wanted to see how fast Notre Dame played early, Jason. They look pretty fast on that play here. 3rd and goal. Chuck. Moving to his left, looking. Back across the middle. Touchdown Louisville. Ja'Cory Brooks. What a snag. 5-yard score.
What a throw. Chuck is buying some time here. Climbs up into the pocket, then he has to move left. We've seen him do this a number of times today, and watch him drop it down. Little Kent to Colby with a guy right in his face. Talk about looking down the gun barrel. Bowen right in his face. He flips it high and firm on the back line as you're falling down and taking a shot to your chest. What a throw, what a catch.
Drake Bowen said, happy 25th birthday here, Tyler. Got this for you. What a sling there to the back of the end zone. One half, Jason, ill-advised. That gets picked sometimes. When you get away with it, it's a pat on the back.
He's a smart football player. If you throw the ball high and firm on the back line, that usually cures a lot of your ills, but that's not easy to do with number 34
on the field is a touchdown.
Down.
Previous plays under further review for potential targeting.
Okay, so that's Drake Bowen who took the big shot on the quarterback Tyler Shuck. We'll take a look at that. Come back to South Bend right after this with Notre Dame up by 8. Brock Travelstead, the veteran, 3 field goals in the fourth quarter against Notre Dame last year. And he's 2 for 2 extra points. Let's take another look now. Brooks had the touchdown catch, but our rules analyst today is Reggie Smith. Reggie, what'd you see here on the potential for targeting against Bowen?
Well, as number 34 came in, he, comes in with a head up and does not attack. And while there may be some contact with the crown of his helmet, he does not attack. The quarterback in a passing posture is defenseless, and so they're taking a look at the crown. However, what you want to see more of is a lowering and then an upward thrust or some form of attack against the quarterback. I don't feel all of those components could have been confirmed. I think it was good to stay off of targeting.
Was head allowed to come down there just a little bit? Shuck taller than him, so that helmet came up under the chin.
Reg, you know way better than I do on that, so I'll let you take care of that. But we just saw 5 angles of one of the best throws I've seen all year long in college football. This is ridiculous by Shuck. Moving left, he drops the thing down. Bowen's bearing down on him. He just flicks it. I mean, it's an incredible throw. Big time throw in a big moment with a spiral, too, and the extension on the other side by Brooks. Wow.
Now has 10 touchdowns and no interceptions this year. From the 1-yard line, Jaden Harrison hesitates and makes it out to the 27-yard line. Well, Riley Leonard, I can tell you, he's 6 out of 7. We take a look at what kind of passes he's been completing. A little bit of mix there, Jason, behind the line of scrimmage, some short passes and just a little bit downfield.
Well, that hasn't been the case all year long. His efficiency from behind the line of scrimmage in 0-10 actually has been pretty decent coming into this game. They have not completed many balls down the field. Not a lot of explosives and not very efficient. Not the case today. And this is when Notre Dame's at their best. Run it with number 4. Run it with number 24. Run it with 13. And then all those throws down the field, they start to open up.
If they run it to a back this time, Jason, it's Love on 1st and 10. Leonard, double pump, keeps it in big-time trouble and couldn't get away. Avoided the sack, but picks up 1 yard. And Riley Leonard stays down. Tramel Logan there first. Steve Angeli warms up. Take a look at what happened to Riley Leonard on this play. Avoided the sack, but Clark, the linebacker, and Logan, defensive lineman, came in. And it was right there. Jared Dawson fell on him, and Riley Leonard remains down. Moments ago, Riley Leonard walked off the field under his own power, smiled a couple of times. He was down injured after this play right here. Watch big number 93, 305-pound lineman Jared Dawson comes in late and lands on him. Riley said, oh, a little bit better now. But he has to stay out for at least one play, so Steve Angeli in. Good amount of experience, played in 9 games since the start of last year. Comes in on 2nd down 8. And he gets off inside. Nothing going just across the 30-yard line. We'll see if Leonard comes in, helmet on.
Been in that situation a few times in my life as a backup quarterback, and all you're thinking about is make sure you get the snap. Catch the ball, hand it off. Good call by Denbrock. in this situation, making a third manageable. And Riley back in it. And I would anticipate some man-to-man coverage and some pressure. Look like a guy for Louisville is down.
Timeout on the field for an injured player to the defense.
It's their main man, a linebacker, TJ Quinn, top tackler this season, had 10 against Notre Dame a year ago. Hopefully he can stand up and walk off under his own power as well. Let's take a look at our players on the rise, brought to you by Hyundai. Jeremiyah Love, Jadarian Price, both averaging over 7 yards per carry this season, Jason. But I see a first, and I look and say, okay, what are they leading the nation in? Yards after contact, pretty good for a duo.
No question. They're like thunder and lightning. Price, more of an inside runner, kind of a slasher. Jeremiyah Love, a 10-500 guy in high school, has got tremendous juice and quickness. And you add Riley Leonard to that mix, it's a 1-2-3 punch that's really hard on a defense. And it's a young offensive line at Notre Dame. And being able to run the football with 2 legit backs and a quarterback certainly helps them in their transition.
Let's go to the sideline and check in with Zora.
Well, we've seen a lot of different running backs featured in this game so far. Every night, the group heads over to their position coach, Dylan McCullough's house, for haircuts and pizza. Coach McCullough said, of course, winning games is the goal, but Thursday nights and bonding with the guys are things he looks forward to the most. Running back Jadarian Price told me the relationships that this unit has is what makes them special.
See if they get the call here. If they do, it'll be Aeneas Williams on 3rd down and 6, the true freshman.
Showing pressure.
There they come. Leonard gets rid of it. A little bit too much. 2 flags come in. Overshot the intended receiver, Jaden Harrison, but they'll get the call against the Louisville defense. Antonio Watts, the linebacker.
Man-to-man coverage by Louisville in that situation. Harrison comes down into a stack.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Pass interference, defense, and the 35. That penalty's declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 9. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Riley Leonard took another big shot, too, just as he released the ball in his first play back after sitting one out.
Gelati coming right down the middle of the defense, gets that right hand up there into Riley Leonard's face. You hit him in the head-neck area, and it's forcible. They're going to call it every time, but Louisville struggled with that stack in their man-to-man coverage. Harrison running free down the field.
Eli Raritan in motion, the tight end. Leonard, another blitz, escapes, and just gets rid of it. Louisville's defense known for being aggressive, a lot of different kind of blitzes. Back for a 2nd consecutive year as the defensive coordinator for Jeff Brom is Ron English. Played safety himself at Cal in the late 80s, was one time a head coach at Eastern Michigan. How much pressure can you apply, though? How aggressive can you be when the quarterback is this elusive?
It's a different Notre Dame offense than it was last year when they played Sam Hartman in the game at Louisville. The fact that Riley Leonard can run the ball so much can neutralize the schemes that English tries to employ throughout this ball game.
Empty backfield now for Leonard, 2nd and 10. They bring 5 quickly out of his hands, and another drop from Bo Collins.
As I say that, they bring heat, and more heat. And that's what English wants to do. That's what how he wants to play. They want to put pressure. Look at all these guys up front, and they're bringing everybody. It's man-to-man coverage on the back end, and the call is good. This is your best receiver, Bo Collins, running out route versus inside leverage. Riley's behind with the ball. Bo's got to stop and make the catch, but that's an opportunity for him. You get that ball out in front, break a tackle. There's nobody left.
Notre Dame 1 out of 2, converting 3rd downs. This is 3rd and 10. Leonard underneath Evans. Big hit absorbed there at the 49-yard line. Nowhere near a first down. They were hoping for the catch and run, but they only get the catch for 5 yards.
When you watch Louisville's defense play the first 3 games of the season, what leaps off the tape at you is their effort, their hustle, their toughness. They're relentless, and you saw it right there. Mitchell Evans breaks the first tackle, but here comes all his buddies running to the football. There's no way they're going to let him make that first down with run after catch. English has instilled that in this football team, that scratch, that claw, that fight mentality. Evidence right there.
Antonio Watts, the injured Louisville player on the sideline. First punt for Notre Dame of the afternoon. High end over end, caught inside the 4, and making it out to the 5-yard line is Isaac Brown. Active afternoon so far for the freshman running back. Early in the second quarter, Fighting Irish lead by 7.
We've got a quick injury update for you all. Defensive lineman Boubacar Traore is out for the rest of this game. We saw him holding his left knee after this play late in the first quarter. He walked off the field, was in the medical tent for a few minutes, and then returned to the sidelines with ice and a wrapped left knee. I mean, he was clearly emotional, holding his head in his hands. And remember, this is a freshman that just got his second start.
Got a second start because Jordan Botello was out, so now junior Tui Halamaka is in for him. Space up the middle and then some. Louisville's drive off to a great start here. Chaney, he's the Miami transfer who had the most carries last week. Jordan Clark eventually caught up to him, but the running game bails him out 28 yards.
ND has them pinned down there in the shadow of their own goalpost, and just watch this. This kind of action, then right back up inside, and they create great movement in the interior of the defensive line. This is a huge play for Louisville. Just changing the field position. Excellent blocking down the field by Redmond. Cut back inside. Makes your life completely different if you're playing quarterback.
Third rush of over 20 yards. They try the right side again, and this time it's a tackle for loss. Adon Schuler, the first to get to him.
Just flip the tape on this Notre Dame defense, and number 8 continues to show up over and over and over again. We saw him blitzing earlier. He comes across, he's just active. Jersey guy coming to Notre Dame, and he's really taking this defense by storm. Excellent cover guy. Active in the run game. He's a good blitzer. What an addition.
Marcus Freeman, Al Golden worried about the fact that this offense took a lot of shots downfield. We haven't seen too much yet. Shuck chased out of the pocket and just lays it off out across the 35. Big hit. But he won on the backside of that out to the 38-yard line. Keywan Brown picks up 8.
I think the big hit was Bryce Young coming out of the stack here. Here he is right here. Chuck has done an excellent job moving. Bryce Young was the right defensive end. He's around the quarterback, chasing this thing from behind. Breaks back inside of Morrison. That guy's 6'7". He's 260 pound, and he too, only a freshman. They got some studs up front for the future at Notre Dame.
Big down here for Jeff Brom. His side trail 21-7. They have the most recent touchdown. Now it's 3rd and 4. They try it up the middle, off to the right side. First down, Louisville. Keywan Brown, back-to-back positive plays, that time for 13 yards.
Very similar run to what we saw in the coming out situation. Whenever you slide these guys across, sometimes that can be eye candy. It can impact your linebackers and how they fit in the run game. Got to be impressed with this Louisville offensive line controlling that defensive front in Notre Dame.
Had a couple of running backs off to the NFL last season. Now it's running back by committee. On first down, Shuck again chased from the pocket. Firing to the sideline. Boy, that's another fastball on the move to the 46-yard line, gain of 5 to Chris Bell. So Louisville has those 2 touchdowns, but they need a turnover in a short field to get both of them. TD drive of 24 yards to start the game. Then of only 9. When they didn't get the short field, they haven't done anything with the ball until this drive.
And it's been a good mix of run and pass in this drive, and a common theme has been Shuck's ability to move left and make some plays in the passing game. One more time, Bryce Young was in his face. He avoided it and made a big play.
Shuck 8 out of 10, 74 yards. Big hit in the backfield, Drake Bowen. Middle linebacker came in untouched. Loss of 2.
This Notre Dame defense is playing fast. This is Bowen right here, just chasing it down. He's going to be unblocked. He shoots the gap on the backside and just hits it.
2022 Mr. Football here in the state of Indiana. St. John, Indiana, about an hour and a half west of here.
You can see him gaining more and more confidence with every game he plays. This is his 4th start for the Irish, getting better and better every week.
Seventh play of the drive. Jeff Brom faces 3rd down and 7.
Showing pressure.
Here comes that pressure shot. Stepping up, firing, and the pass is dropped and picked off. Xavier Watts, another interception. Inside of Louisville territory, down to the 36-yard line. Led the nation in that category last year. Ja'Cory Brooks had the ball in his hands, but it ends up in Xavier Watts' hands.
Hey, it's the ball, the ball, the ball. Brooks is on top. He's working against Morris, and he just runs an in-cut. It's a single high defense, man-to-man, and he simply drops the football. Shuck stood in there, gave him a great throw, put it right on his face mask, and that guy right there, he's a ball hawk. One of the best defenders in the country. The thing he does best is go and get that football. You can't give Xavier Watts that opportunity. He takes advantage of it. And this Notre Dame offense knocking on the door one more time. The ball, the ball, the ball. That's been the story of this ball game.
Watts' 2nd interception of this season after he had 7 last year. 1st interception thrown by Tyler Shuck after it was dropped by his top wideout, Ja'Cory Brooks. 1st and 10 on the 36. Leonard quickly to Love. Speed on the outside. And Love gets down to the 31-yard line. Told us yesterday, I've got hands like a wide receiver. They should throw me more passes. That time you get 6.
It's so much fun talking to the Notre Dame coaches about Jeremiyah Love. And literally the defensive coaches think he could play corner and would be a 1st-round player if you're a cornerback. They say he could start at wide receiver. He's just one of those kinds of athletes, developing as a runner, showing his skills right there.
Former 100-meter state champ in Missouri. Second down 5, the jump cut. And a strong finish out near a 1st down. It'll come down to the mark. Picks up 5 yards. Stanquan Clark, middle linebacker, with the stop.
And this is when Notre Dame is at their best. And Riley Leonard's in the gun. There's a threat of quarterback run, and then you hand the ball off to that guy. And you said it, the jump cut, the quickness. There's an expression when you evaluate players. Does he have quick twitch? He's got some quick twitch now. It's coming out of his ears. And he's young. He's getting better and better.
Notre Dame's only converted 1 time on 3rd down, but this is 3rd down in less than a yard.
4-down territory for Marcus Freeman, no doubt.
Play clock down to 3. Gives to Love. Wrapped up in the backfield. Big loss there. Desmond Tell, defensive tackle, was the first there.
I might have spoken too quickly there. The assumption is that you're going to, in 3rd and 1, you're going to at least make a little something. But when you go -3, all of a sudden that changes the situation right here. And there's Tell right in the middle. It's a double team at the point of attack, and he just splits it. We talked about the relentless nature of this Louisville defense. A lot of guys sprinting to the football. Love couldn't get out of it.
Love a little gimpy coming off, and he goes right into the tents. 48-yard field goal attempt by Mitch Jeter. In his career, he's made 7 out of 8 from this range. And that one is right down the middle. Season-long 48-yard field goal for Jeter. Riley Leonard sees the lead go back to double digits inside of 4 minutes until halftime, up 24-14.
And really an excellent job by Ron English, defensive coordinator here at Louisville. His unit stepped up in that situation after the Xavier Watts interception. To be able to hold Notre Dame to 3 after a 3rd and 1 situation, it's a big stop. Take a look at this Notre Dame secondary. There's Jordan Clark. He's the transfer from Arizona State. Excellent tackler from that nickel position. There's a Don Schuler. This guy does everything, blitzing down the pipe. Al Golden, the defensive coordinator, allows these guys to be aggressive, and they take advantage of it. A drop by Brooks. Don't do that to that guy right there, Xavier Watts. He's going to make you pay.
All 3 turnovers for Louisville have turned into Notre Dame points. A couple of touchdowns and a field goal. Xavier Watts, he had the 2nd interception of the season just a little bit ago. Turned into the 48-yard field goal. Al Golden's unit coming in as one of 9 teams giving up single-digit points at just inside of 10. A couple of short touchdown drives, and now back to work as the head coach and play caller for Louisville, their former quarterback in the early 90s, Jeff Brom.
And this is the fun matchup for us, not only to see what the initial game plans are for both Brom and Golden, but to see what the adjustments are. A lot of people talk about halftime adjustments. You adjust all throughout the ball game, series to series. At least the best ones do, and that's what these guys are.
We'll come out to the 25-yard line. Thinking about adjustments, what are some adjustments that you'd like to see Jeff Brohm make here for this drive?
The biggest thing for Louisville is to take care of the football. They're just killing themselves. They're not giving themselves an opportunity to continue these drives. They had some success. Shuck's movement has been a pleasant surprise for them. When he's gotten pressured, he's been able to move to his left and make some plays. They have to continue to stay balanced. And the thing that I liked about them coming into this game was the use of personnel. They play with a true fullback. Then they'd go to no backs and no tight ends and 5 wide receivers in the game. They need to put that kind of mental pressure back on this Notre Dame defense.
See how quickly they come back to their top wide out. Ja'Cory Brooks, he wears #1 after he had that drop on the last drive that turned into the pick. Play action, double pump. Come back here, a little bit of inaccuracy leads to the short gain. They pick up 3 on first down. That's Isaac Brown with the catch.
But it's a good positive play by Shuck to be able to move through his progression and to find Brown, just to put some pressure on this Notre Dame defense. And again, they're staying in the same personnel, a little uncharacteristic for them. And they must like the matchup outside. Notre Dame, except for a couple of those sudden change situations where Louisville had the ball in the red zone, they've been pretty stout all day long.
Second down, 7. Inside, a gash, and a first down for the Cardinals. Finding some run game success here as the game grows into the second quarter. Gain of 12 for Brown.
And I think the thinking for Brohm is to run the ball from spread out formations. Sometimes when you play against a team like Notre Dame, who's pretty stout in their front 7, you say, hey, let's put all the big guys in there and let's try to hammer them. Maybe the best way to do it is open it up and try to lighten that box. Fewer guys around the line of scrimmage. The run game pretty effective here the last couple drives.
Al Golden told us yesterday, my 2 guys inside, Riley Mills and Howard Cross, can't be just good on Saturday. They have to be dominant. We haven't heard their name much so far. Take the pitch. Shuck on time and on target. Cardinal offense rolling down to the 37-yard line. That's Colin Lacey. His first game this season after breaking his collarbone in August gets 23 yards.
That's the variety we're talking about. Make it seem like we're throwing a quick screen over here. Here's Lacey. He's pretending like he's blocking, then he's up the sidelines. It's excellent execution. Pretend like you're pitching it. Here comes Jordan Clark. There's a little hole between Jordan Clark and the defender over the top. Run Morrison out of there. Find that little crease. Good execution. Cardinals are rolling.
They're happy to have Lacey back after that broken collarbone in the middle of training camp. 2-minute timeout. Notre Dame leads Louisville 24-14. We've got a big 2 minutes here in South Bend. Louisville led 7-0. Notre Dame came back to lead 21-7. And now the Cardinals trail by 10, have the ball on the move late in the first half, could really use a touchdown.
Yeah, they have a lifetime here. 2-minute warning, and you got 3 timeouts. They can do whatever they want offensively, plenty of time.
Run game has been clicking here in the second quarter. They go to it right back to the middle. Isaac Brown finds middle linebacker Drake Bowen, and what a finish by Brown. True freshman out of Miami took that contact and said, I have a few more. 8-yard gain.
And Brohm talked about the importance of getting Brown out into space. Most dynamic runner they have, but he's shown he can run up inside between the tackles. And I love the patience of Brohm to continue to run the football at this Notre Dame defense. Keep attacking different ways. You're going to find yourself in a favorable matchup outside as Notre Dame tries to defend this run.
We have all 3 of those timeouts left. Brown back to the middle, and this time brought down from the backside. Junior Tui Alamaka, he is in because Boubacar Traore went out earlier in this game. Gain of 1. See if they start using a timeout here. Brohm doubles up as the play caller and the head coach.
Definitely 4-down territory for them. They're inside a yard.
Third down less than a yard from the shotgun. And they give inside easily a first down. Again, it's Isaac Brown. He's had 11 touches already. Most featured part of this offense.
And a good timeout.
I don't think they called a timeout. It just stopped temporarily.
I'd call it.
Now it starts again. They do have all 3 left. Shuck in trouble. Back foot. Now the clock stops with the incompletion. It'll be 2nd down 10 with 46 seconds left.
You know, when you have 3 timeouts and you get underneath that 1-minute mark, bang the timeout. Use it right in that 50 area and give yourself a chance to take a breath coming out of that short yardage situation. They hurry the play and they don't get a good playoff here. They still got 3. They can do whatever they want. Look for him to try to get the ball to Brown one more time out in space.
2nd season in a row that Jeff Brom has a quarterback in his mid-20s on his final season, from Jack Plummer last year to Tyler Shuck this year. Here comes the blitz. Shuck again fading away, and again just had to throw it away. That's back-to-back plays. 41 seconds left. It'll be 3rd and 10.
That's Al Golden 101 right there. All the critical situations, he's going to bring pressure. Heat, and more heat. That's what you have to get ready for when you play against him. Get ready for as a play caller and as a quarterback in those situations. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw it one more time right here.
Louisville so far 3 out of 6 on 3rd down. They have a veteran kicker if it comes to that. Travis Stead has made a 48-yarder today as well. Shuck against a 4-man rush. Over the middle, the catch and the run inside the 20. And he got out of bounds. That's Chris Bell. His first catch picks up 10 yards, 34 seconds left. And looks like he might be a little bit short. Yes, he is, a half a yard short of the 1st down. So now it's 4th down.
That's what Bell does best. He's a great run-after-catch guy at 220 pounds. Surprised he didn't lower that shoulder and go get that 1st down. But now it's 4th down, and it's well inside of a yard. You have the timeout here. Don't be afraid to use it.
And Louisville's got all their timeouts left, all 3. Trailing 1 point, 21-7. They got to hustle up here. Play clock now down to 8. Donald Chaney is the back. Shuck, option. Chaney sprinting for the edge. Came close. It'll come down to the mark here. Down to the near sideline. And where will they set that ball down?
I think he's short.
Oh.
He's right at it.
Looks like he's got just enough. Clock stop, 28 seconds left.
I think they're going to measure this.
Take a look here. They work the option.
It was a shocking use of personnel here. Chaney, typically the inside guy for them. They run option to get him to the perimeter. Viliamu Asa misses the tackle. It's really hard to tell.
You think he made it?
I think he's short. I thought he was short when it was happening. I think he's short right now. We'll see.
And here it comes. And he didn't get it. So they miss out on the chance to attempt the 3 points. Didn't pick it up on 4th and short.
Again, I was shocked by the personnel use. Chaney is the inside runner, 220 pounds.
That plays under further review.
They're going to review it. I don't know if they're going to find enough evidence to flip this one over.
We'll take a look at the mark and see if it actually was or was not a 1st down. Reggie Smith, what do you see here?
Well, the ball carrier crosses the sideline, depending on where the spot is, and it appears to be right there. You get the forward progress of the forwardmost point when it crosses the sideline. The angles provided don't show enough to overturn the ruling on the field. To me, this looks like a stands even after the measurement.
Yeah, indisputable visual evidence, and I don't think we got it. If it were called the other way, it would probably be hard to overturn it as well.
Hey, how about the hustle from Donovan Heinisch, the defensive tackle, coming down the line there. Big number 41 to help out Xavier Watts. It was ruled short when they brought out the sticks, and they're taking another look there.
And I don't know how you piece together all the video to give you the evidence you need. There's nothing right down the line. I think it's really hard to overturn this.
As they continue to take a look, turnovers have been a big-time story for Jeff Brom and Marcus Freeman. Notre Dame fumbled the opening kickoff and turned it over. Here's the call.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands to be first down for Notre Dame.
Reggie and Jason had it right on, and Marcus Freeman can celebrate. Jeff Brom is the opposite of that. They just had a terrific scoring opportunity go away. They had all 3 timeouts on that drive. Didn't use the one. The option on 4th and 1 coming up short. Final game of September here for Notre Dame, and here's what they have coming up. They'll go into a bye week and then play host to Stanford, and then a heavy ACC portion of the schedule, and they'll finish up with Army and a trip out west. The traditional rivalry against USC. Right now they're 3-1. Notre Dame ranked 16, Louisville 15. See what Riley Leonard does here. The delayed give inside, nothing going. Jeremiyah Love, and that'll likely be the final play of this first half. No gain.
And I like the call there. If you're backed up in that situation, hand it off. If you get a chance to pop it, you go ahead and get the drive started. If not, you go to halftime feeling good, up 10.
Tyler Shuck, a lot of good moments there for the 25-year-old quarterback celebrating a birthday today. Final seconds tick off. Notre Dame at one point led 21-7. They have a couple of turnovers. Louisville has 3 turnovers already. First half in the books. Notre Dame leading Louisville 24-14. College football bulletin here as the third quarter is about to get underway. Notre Dame on top, 24-14 in the battle of top 20 teams. Here's what happened here with the quarterbacks, both throwing the ball well. Riley Leonard, highly efficient. Tyler Shuck, 2 turnovers, though, an interception. He also fumbled, and Notre Dame picked that one up. Turnover story, it was massive last year when Louisville won at Louisville. Today, much different story. Now it's Notre Dame on the right side of that one. As far as the offense, the Fighting Irish were much better in the first quarter than they were in the second. Their production went way down in that second quarter. But they are winning the turnover battle, and they have Riley Leonard playing a lot better in the first half than he did a week ago, Jason.
There's no doubt. And not only has he been effective running the football, but the efficiency in the passing game so much better. Love how Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator, continues to move the pocket to take some of the pressure off that Notre Dame offensive line.
Jeff Brom had his offense go down the field on their final drive of the first half, but they didn't get it on 4th and short. And they left some points on the board. Let's go to the field and check in with Zora.
Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman told me that his team is running and throwing the football with success. He wants to see better ball security and improved red zone defense. He's urging his guys to come out aggressive in the second half. He says we can't play not to lose. For Louisville, head coach Jeff Brom said they plan to attack the quarterback and blitz off the edge offensively. He wants his guys to finish drives and be better in situational football.
Zora, thank you. And Jason, I'm looking forward to watching the play calling here in the third and fourth quarter. Both Marcus Freeman and Al Golden talked about what a gifted, unique play caller he is on offense. They could really use it now, trailing by 10.
21 personnel, 2 backs, a true fullback in the ball game.
Isaac Brown tried to cut it back, wrapped up in the backfield. Riley Mills calling his name for the first time, no gain.
They use a lot of different personnel at Louisville, and typically when you have a fullback in the ball game, it's all about running the football. And that guy right there, Riley Mills, he got challenged by Marcus Freeman and Al Golden. You need to show up. You need to show up. Those guys inside, 56 and 99, you got to show up. Showing up early in the second half.
Tyler Shuck, 3 years at Oregon, 3 at Texas Tech, 1 here at Louisville. Sideline way over Shaq Brooks to bring up 3rd and 10.
Take a look at Tyler Shuck here, turned 25 years old today, and you can tell his maturity. Watch the ball come out of his hand. Watch how he turns the ball over. Catchable balls, he throws it away from the defense, and this is just a wow throw. Entered college in 2018. 3 years at Oregon, 3 years at Texas Tech, 7th year of college here at Louisville. Jeff Brom embracing him. He's off to an awfully good start this year and playing very well today.
See what he does against the blitz. 3rd and 10 from the pocket. Throws it away. Notre Dame's blitz got home. There is a penalty down on the 15-yard line.
Holding, offense, number 71. Penalties decline. Defense will take the resulting play, 4th down.
If you are the play caller or the quarterback when you play against Al Golden, heat is coming. The holding's going to be right here on the left tackle, Monroe Mills. It's pressure on the edge by Jalen Sneed. Sneed is fast. He gets up the field. Pressure all over the place. Shuck had no chance.
Al Golden's group strong out of the gate. Low punt to Max Hurlman from his 37. Number 37 tries to turn that corner and gets out near the 45-yard line. Backup tight end Nate Kuriski makes the stop. So Riley Leonard comes on. Boy, what a start he had, Jason. 8 out of 11 for 75 yards. A touchdown and no picks. Those aren't massive numbers, but when you consider where he's been the last couple of weeks, it was a heck of a first half.
Just playing at a higher level, and I was curious to hear Marcus Freeman tell Zora, we have to keep attacking. Al Golden attacked. He came after Tyler Shuck. Interesting to see what Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator, does with Notre Dame. Riley probably played his best half of football in the first half here against Louisville. Stay aggressive against these guys. They're going to load up against the quarterback run. You'll have some opportunity outside.
Quincy's top corner, Quincy Riley, out with an injury, has 14 career interceptions. Leonard drilled as he got that one away. But a nice pickup for Bo Collins. Got his hands on the ball twice in the first half and couldn't come up with a catch. That time he gets 9. Flag is down.
Holding. Offense, number 88. 10-yard penalty. First down.
First penalty against Notre Dame.
Something Riley Leonard talked to us about coming into this game is not only start fast in the game. As we take a look at the hold, happens all the time when you get that cloth and it stretches out on the perimeter. They'll call it every time. But Riley talked about not only starting fast in the game, but drive starters. The first play of a drive, you got to be efficient. They did a good job of that in the first half. That's not the way they want to start here in the second half.
So Jeff Brom told us during the week his chief concern was stopping Riley Leonard on the ground. He does have the 1 touchdown run, but 6 carries for 33 yards. He's been effective, but hasn't been explosive that way. I think the biggest concern for the Notre Dame offense and Riley Leonard right now, Jason, is how they slowed down in that second quarter. They ran 10 plays for 17 total yards.
Yeah, and Louisville has been on the ball more than Notre Dame has. They had 10 more plays in the first half than the Irish did. So they're limiting the opportunities with their ball control offense. And Notre Dame has to take advantage. They had the fast start. They've benefited from the turnovers. They got to get something going here. And the way to do it, again, is run the football and get the quarterback run going as well. It's been what's most effective for them.
Mike Denbrock, play caller, offensive coordinator there for Notre Dame. Desmond Tell, the veteran defensive tackle, 3-year starter for Louisville, just jogged out. Notre Dame after the penalty now. Leonard keeps it himself. Little hesitation and nowhere to go. Flag comes in late as he was dropped at the 38-yard line by Ashton Gelati.
I think you're going to get a block in the back as Riley bounced that thing to the perimeter. We'll see what the call is.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 10. 10-yard penalty. First down.
And that's one of the things you've seen. These Louisville corners, they're going to knife inside. And when Riley bounces this play to the outside.
Block in the back right here from the wide receiver, Chris Mitchell.
He tried to pull off there. I think that's a little bit ticky-tack for me. Not sure he affected the play very much, but now Notre Dame finds itself way behind the sticks.
Back-to-back penalties now. 1st and 25. Leonard scanning. Love. Big hit and another one. Kept his feet somehow, but nowhere to go. Louisville's defense came to play on that one. Notre Dame moving in the wrong direction. That was a loss of 4.
When you watch Louisville's defense play, it's all about how they play. Less about scheme, more about how they play. The effort, the hustle, the toughness. Here's a great example here. Leonard works through the progression, throws the swing out. Watch how fast they get to the football. And one of the things they do is they go attack. They're not afraid of having missed tackles. They go hit because they know the next guy's coming fast. You can put that play on a clinic reel.
17 total yards in the second quarter. They have negative 19 now. Toss sweep to the true freshman, Aeneas Williams. Skips out across the 35. A leaping finish there. And they get a little bit back there. Actually, a nice little chunk. They pick up 13 yards.
Yeah, typically when you pick up 13 yards, that'll make it manageable. It's still third and extra long for the Irish. As there's an injured player here for Louisville. We'll step aside here in a second. Those guys are kind of good, aren't they, Paul?
Kind of extremely good. And a lot more good in front of Lamar. Stanquan Clark, he was the injured middle linebacker, leading tackler for Louisville. Walked off under his own power a couple of moments ago. He's on the sidelines now, though, watching 3rd down and 18 for Riley Leonard. Fighting Irish have converted just 1 out of 4 times. From the pocket, lets one go down the near side to Bo Collins. Too much and out of bounds.
Little surprised they took a shot on that, but why not? Bo Collins has isolated coverage into the boundary. Give him a shot down the field. Riley was just a little bit long with the throw. And, you know, these penalties by Notre Dame, they get them behind the sticks, and they lose that rhythm that they had early on in the ball game. And they got to find a way to get that back. Just hard playing when it's 3rd and extra long.
The back-to-back big penalties there at the beginning of that drive set the table for 4th and 18 here. Punt away to Amari Huggins-Bruce. And he just lets that one roll inside the 20-yard line. Staying dangerously close if you're on the Louisville side there. So Jet Brom is the head coach and also the play caller here for the Louisville Cardinals. Cardinals up above. Pretty familiar who is his play caller. That's his brother, Brian Brom. Also an excellent quarterback during his time at Louisville from 04 to 07, but now working for his brother as the offensive coordinator. When he played here, his offensive coordinator and quarterback coach was Jeff Brom. So he told us during the week, the relationship now is pretty similar to when I played here, as he is above me. So that was a very good setup for what we're now doing as adults.
Yeah, their brother Greg is the chief of staff at Louisville. Their dad Oscar played here, so it truly is a family affair at Louisville with the Broms, and they are football royalty in the state of Kentucky.
Tyler Shaw quickly and drilled right away at the 10-yard line. Jordan Clark with the big hit. Loss of 4, and we go to the field and check in with Zora.
Well, Brian Brom, the offensive coordinator, like you just talked about, told me that there's advantages to having your big brother on the staff. He said, because the head coach is my brother, I can actually tell him the truth. He added, I think it helps make him better because he has someone who can tell him what he actually thinks.
100% honesty, an advantage. And there's Oscar, their dad, also played quarterback in Louisville. High school coach. His game in Louisville postponed till today, but he is missing it to watch Louisville face Notre Dame. 2nd down, 14. Chuck lets it go on the money. His big tight end, Johnson. First time he's got his mitts on the ball. 1st down, Louisville.
That's Jamari Johnson. He is a 265-pound tight end. He's just running up the seam right here. And it's a hard matchup. That's the freshman, Kingston Biliamu Asa, in coverage. And seam routes typically can be challenging against man-to-man coverage. But for 265, pretty nifty, avoiding the contact and making a hands catch down the field.
Got a player down, but he is now up, and Tyler Shuck continues his his pretty good afternoon. 13 out of 20, $134 and a couple of touchdowns. We talked to an NFL general manager we saw on the field before the game, Jason. He listed who he was most here to see, and he's also added, really excited to see Tyler Shuck and what he's about.
I've been really impressed with him. Such a mature passer. You can tell he's reading coverage, going through his progression, ball coming out on time.
Right up the middle, a little bit of daylight out to the 45-yard line. Kewan Brown, 7th year of college football, 25 years old. So that age of 25, you look at all the NFL starting quarterbacks younger than him, it's a long list of names.
Hey, you know, when you're evaluating players and quarterbacks, younger is better. But Tom Brady showed us you can play this position till well into your 40s. So That wouldn't scare me one bit. If you can get a guy who can come in and play and he's 25 years old, he's still a young man with a lot of football ahead of him. I've been impressed with Shuck.
24th start here today. Hands off to the right side. That'll bring up 3rd down and 2 for Louisville. So if you remember last year, Louisville had Jack Plummer. He was 24 years old on his 3rd school, had a nice season, and now they're right back to it. 25-year-old on his 3rd school. And Coach Brown told us during the week, at that position, I like bringing in an adult with 1 season left. They're hungry, they're determined, they have a lot to prove. We'll take them.
Yeah, transfer portal in college football is like free agency in the NFL. And Shuck is married, 25, very mature. Football is really important to him. This is his opportunity to show, and again, off to a really good start.
Important 3rd down here, 3rd down and 2, empty backfield. Linebacker blitz. Shuck lets it go, incomplete. Tight coverage from Rod Hurd on Colin Lacey.
Heat, more heat. Play man-to-man coverage, all the critical situations. They're going to bring pressure, and you're going to get Hurd in man-to-man coverage. He does an excellent job coming down and having poise at the ball. You want running routes. You want drag routes. There's pressure on the quarterback. The ball's behind, and I like this call by Jeff Brom. He's keeping his offense out on the field.
4th down and 2, middle of the field. Play clock is down to 10. They're going to have to hustle. Louisville 0 for 2 on 4th down. Play clock to 4.
He's got to bang the timeout.
Down to 1, yeah, they got to call that timeout. And they do.
Louisville takes its first time out of the half.
Paul, I can reflect back in my life in big situations like this as a quarterback or as a coach. If you ever rush these plays, typically you don't like the result. So a good timeout by Brom. We're heading to break.
Louisville thought about it, and yes, Jeff Brom said we are going for it. 4th down and 2 on their own 48, trailing by 10 points.
It's a long 2. All 2s are not the same, Paul. I think this is a passing situation for Louisville.
Shuck, 4-man rush. In trouble. Flings it. Knocked down. Louisville now 0 for 3 on 4th downs.
I'm a little surprised by the call because there was zero doubt in my mind that Al Golden was going to bring pressure and play man-to-man coverage. As much as you like those drag routes, those crossing routes for the receivers, if you don't have time enough to throw them, they're hard to get out. Howard Cross showing up. Xavier Watts, the free safety, coming off the edge. Rushing Shuck, and again, really impressed by Rod Hurd in coverage. Second time we've seen him have poise at the ball, not contacting Johnson too early. He makes the play, and the Irish are off the field. They got the ball in plus territory.
Defensive backs making the play there. Watts on the blitz. Hurd with the tight coverage, and now Riley Leonard back on the field, this time taking over in Louisville territory on the 48. Fakes to Love. Leonard, sideline, low offering, and a diving effort by Jordan Faison, incomplete.
And I like the call. This Louisville defense, they're loaded up inside for the run and for the quarterback run. You go play action, and you put Leonard out on the edge. You take some pressure off your offensive line. You have an isolation outside. He just missed the throw.
Maybe get back to a little bit of Jeremiyah Love on the ground here. Jason, only 7 carries for 23 total yards so far.
Running backs are the quarterback's best friends.
And Love is to the right of Leonard. Gives to him up the middle, head down. Not a lot of room inside there. He did get 3 yards. Stanquan Clark, the linebacker who left earlier with an injury, back to make that tackle.
And this is possible 4-down territory for Mike Denbrock and Notre Dame. 45-yard line. You need about 7. Think about these plays together. If you can make this 4th and manageable or 4th and short, maybe give Marcus Freeman an opportunity to go for it and keep the drive alive.
If they keep that in mind and go to the ground, the tailback is now Aeneas Williams. On the move. Leonard in trouble again. Just got that one away to avoid the sack. Ashton Gelati, ACC defensive runner-up for player of the year last year, was all over Leonard from the start, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, Gelati's the best defensive player that Louisville has, and He's seen that sprint out to the right-hand side. You see Gelati right here getting up the field. Penetration. It kills this sprint out. He gets on Spindler's edge. Spindler has no chance. Riley Leonard has no chance. Defense steps up here in a sudden change situation. They're going to get the ball back.
Offense here in this third quarter start out stuck on both sides. 3 consecutive incompletions now for Leonard. And Notre Dame's punt is away. Amari Huggins-Bruce from the 5-yard line steps up to the 8. Tyler Shuck, Jeff Brom have their work cut out for him now inside the 10. Riley Leonard will take a rest.
Tell you what, the punter for Notre Dame, James Rendell, the Aussie, has really done an excellent job in this ball game, creating rough field position situations for the Cardinals.
Tyler Shuck, another chance now, almost halfway through the third quarter to get his Cardinals closer here, 24-14. Plenty of time left for them. Jeff Brom telling us during the week, love his touch and his accuracy. See if they tap into that here. They start out on the ground and nothing going up the middle. Late surge out to the 10-yard line. Drake Bowen, middle linebacker, keeps it to a gain of 1.
You know, one of the big questions.
Penalty marker is down. Defensive backfield. ACC crew here this afternoon. Referee right there is Mike Roach.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 1. His first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic, first down.
Jordan Clark getting an earful from his head coach.
It's all on video, so you better be honest with the head coach. And just at the end of the play, absolutely no reason to do that. Jordan Clark is too good a football player to do that. Really hurting his team right there.
Rain coming down a little bit now. First down and 10. And around. Notre Dame's defense on the edge there, strong against Colin Lacey. Gain of 1.
Lacey's one of the most dynamic players that Louisville has. He's missed the first 3 ball games because of a collarbone injury, but he's one of those space players that Jeff Brom wants to get the ball in his hands out on the perimeter of the defense. Impressed by Notre Dame, again, setting the edge and not giving these guys a chance to make any hay.
Second down 9. Here comes a blitz again. Shuck checks it down. No broken tackle though there. Donald Chaney was denied by Alsbury. Gain of 2.
Okay, what do you think Al Golden's doing here, Paul?
Might bring some heat.
He's bringing some pressure. He's going to play man-to-man coverage. That's what they do in these situations. So, again, if you're Jeff Brom or Tyler Shuck, anticipate it. This is not ultimate frisbee. You can throw the ball before the sticks and run with it after the catch. If they hold it, this defensive front's going to get home, I guarantee it.
For Notre Dame on pass defense, All-American corner Benjamin Morrison has left the game, gone to the locker room with some type of injury. Their corners are Leonard Moore and Jordan Clark. 3rd and 7. Shuck lifts one to the near sideline. A diving effort made with the left hand, and it's caught. What a catch by Colin Lacey.
That's that guy we were talking about. Just what concentration at the end of the down to lay out, snag it with the left hand.
Wow.
That's an all-timer right there.
Now they're right back on the ball. They want to make sure it's not reviewed, but he did catch that ball, Colin Lacey. Inside of Notre Dame territory now, run up the middle to the 35-yard line. Donald Chaney with a 3-yard gain. And keep in mind, Colin Lacey broke his collarbone in August. This is his first game back.
This is Rod Hurd in coverage. It's an inside fade, and the coverage is actually pretty good. He's right there.
Thank goodness.
Shuck gives him a chance. He lays the ball over the outside shoulder, and look at the extension and the concentration by Lacey in his first action. You can see why they're so excited about getting this guy back.
When Jeff Brom told us that Shuck throws a catchable ball, I don't think he had that in mind. Terrific effort. Play action. Shuck to the sideline again. Same guy. Penalty marker comes in. Flag thrown inside the 5-yard line. 2 of them. Wanted Lacey again, and Rod Hurd will be the guilty party.
It's that same matchup down the field as we wait to hear what the call is. No doubt it's going to be defensive pass interference on Hurd. He's got his hand on him. He's grabbing cloth, but again, the concentration.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. Pass interference, defense, number 8. Pass interference, offense, number 5. Those fouls will offset. We play second down.
Wow.
Notre Dame exhales there. It seemed like that Louisville would be first down and goal set up. Colin Lacey takes a rest. And Louisville and Jeff Brom getting back to their identity here a little bit more in the second half here, Jason. We heard all week about how Notre Dame was concerned with how many shots downfield they take. Yes, that was against Rod Hurd.
I don't know that I've ever seen that. Maybe we get Reggie in here on this. Offensive pass interference and defensive pass interference by the same 2 guys. That's a shocker for me.
High backfield now. Second down 8, fullback and a tailback. Chuck, play action, looks toward the sideline, in trouble, accept! Kingston, Viliamu-Asa. Loss of 7 yards.
Al Golden told us that Kingston is a first-round pick. When you have first-round picks, you play them when they're freshmen. He's a linebacker who plays off the ball, but also an elite pass rusher. This is not the matchup you want. You do not want a running back on Kingston, Viliamu-Asa. This ball's got to come out much quicker than this. Look at the athleticism, the dip, and the great pass rushers accelerate to the quarterback, swat the ball. Wow, Kingston showing up.
Savvy pass rush there by the freshman. Sets up third down and 14. Flag is down just as Shuck got the ball.
False start. Offense.
Pretty clean first half, and when you look at the penalties, and there's Benjamin Morrison back in. Great news for Al Golden and Notre Dame fans, but it was clean in terms of flags in the first half, but here in this third quarter, they've come out and played quite a role, setting up third down and 19.
Yeah, going backwards, they're in great field position, ready to kick a field goal. If you're Tyler Shuck right here, it's not about converting a first down. It's about getting yourself back into field position to kick a field goal.
Travel sets long as 53. Shuck avoids pressure. Looking, sideline. Johnson is tight end, incomplete. Johnson had 1 catch earlier in this third quarter. Mike Roach confirms that it's incomplete. Frustration continues for Jeff Brom.
Yeah, Notre Dame defense stepping up. The sack by Kingston Viliamu-Asa. Then you get the false start. Look at the end of this play right here. Again, one of those sideline throws. This is interesting. Ooh,
that's tight.
That left foot. Did the right one come down beforehand? Hard to know.
Left foot was out. Punt is away.
Doesn't matter.
Notre Dame's offense will take over at the 16-yard line. Max Hurlman with the fair catch. Shuck takes a rest inside of 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Notre Dame leads by 10. Last drive, we take a look at the double pass interference call. Colin Lacey at Louisville, Rod Hurd, Notre Dame. Jason, what do you see?
It's a shocking call to me. I don't think there's any doubt that Rod Hurd pulls the jersey off of Lacey. His jersey's off his shoulder pad. There's no doubt that Lacey grabbing Hurd's jersey as well, but this is defensive pass interference, and this is a huge play in the game for Louisville to keep that drive alive.
Reggie, what do you think?
And I agree with Coach. I don't see enough overt separation to rise to the level of OPI, but agree with the DPI call.
Okay, so Notre Dame takes over up 10, first and 10 on their own 16-yard line. Flags are down, multiple flags in the defensive backfield. Love is chased out of bounds there as he crossed the 15-yard line. A couple of flags just before the snap, or just at the snap. No gain on the play.
Substitution infraction on the defense, 12 plays on the field. 5-yard penalty, stays first down.
It's really funny when I'm watching this play. I'm like, Louisville's playing well. It looks like they got 12 guys out there. And sure enough, they did.
It didn't quite get off the field there, so an extra 5 there for Notre Dame. First down and 5. Riley Leonard has hit a skid here, 10 passing yards total since the start of the second quarter. Gives inside, and Louisville's defense is there waiting. Stanquan Clark, loss of 1. Jeremiyah Love finding nowhere to go in the second half.
They sure are, and a big takeaway for me is Notre Dame likes to pull their linemen in their running game, and Louisville is just simply getting up the field. When the guard pulls and the tackle pulls, they're going north and south and not letting those plays get started.
Total yards, Notre Dame got off to an amazing start there. You see the first quarter, but ever since, they have 100 yards less since that first quarter. Leonard quickly, good spin by Faison and a cut for a first down. Boy, the make you miss from Jordan Faison out to the 34 for 13 is impressive.
He sure has it. He plays on Notre Dame's national championship lacrosse team and showing some lacrosse moves here. Quick screen, just makes a miss. He spins back out of it. Faison had his debut last year against Louisville. He caught a touchdown pass and really became a big factor for Notre Dame's offense. Coming off an injury, looks like he might be down again.
Jordan Faison missed time earlier this season with an injury, and he is the Irish receiver who's still down. Back to South Bend after this. Moments ago, Notre Dame wide receiver Jordan Faison helped off the field. You can see him struggling to put weight on the right side, and here's what happened on the first down catch.
This looks like he got rolled up right at the end of the down. It looks like his ankle got crushed in there. He's coming off the ankle injury. You can see it's heavily taped, so certainly hope he's okay. Can be a big factor for Notre Dame's offense.
First down and 10. They give inside, and again, the interior of that Cardinal defense is there. Gain of 2. Antonio Watts there to stop Love.
Just as you're watching this Louisville defense play, they're just everywhere. They're penetrating, they're coming off the edge, they're just making it hard up front. There's pressure off the slot there. There's Watts, he's kind of a nickel, they call him a star, coming up and making the play.
Marcus Freeman said we have to be able to run the ball, but when Louisville dares us to pass, we have to take advantage. That time might be coming. Flag comes out, couple of them right before the snap.
Before the snap, ball start, offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty, second down.
So you think this is a situation where they are daring Notre Dame to pass?
There's no doubt. And the matchup I'm looking at right now is Bo Collins into the boundary, single high man-to-man coverage, outside with no safety help. And if I'm Riley Leonard, let's give that big guy a chance down the field. He's been your best playmaker as a receiver all year long. Caught a long touchdown last week against Miami. Give him a shot up there against Corey Thompson.
Second down 12, back to Leonard on the ground, lots of space, cuts up to the 40-yard line. Good open field tackling there. Jaden Greathouse, the wide receiver, had a good block and paved the way for an 8-yard gain.
Or do that. This is tough stuff here. They're going to pull Spindler this way, and Riley's going to keep the ball and run this way. If you're playing linebacker, this ain't easy. And he bounces it back. It's that quarterback counter play. Pull the guard, get the halfback up in front of you, and let the quarterback run for it. Riley saw daylight to his right and took advantage.
Sets up third down manageable, 3rd down and 4. The Fighting Irish only 1 out of 6 converting third down so far, Jason. Yes, they are showing blitz. And here they come. Leonard moving, firing. Jaden Greathouse with a catch. Looks to be about a yard short, gain of 4. Antonio Watts, linebacker, covering Greathouse.
And decision time for Marcus Freeman. It looks like it's inside of 1. On his own side of the 50, you're up 10 with 1:30 to go. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to get to the line of scrimmage, use a hard count, see if they can get Louisville to jump.
Yeah, the offense has remained out there. Mike Denbrock, offensive coordinator, a couple of tight ends in the game. Heavy run set, Aeneas Williams, the tailback. Let's see if they do it on 4th and 1. They do go. It's Leonard, and he picks it up.
Love it.
Easily got it, needed 1, got 4.
Yeah, not much doubt in these situations who Notre Dame wants to go to. Short yardage situations, low red zone situations, let 13 carry it, and it's that same play. The halfback Williams leading up, Riley Leonard getting in behind him. Notre Dame has to be impressed with the movement they're creating in the interior of their offensive line. giving Riley Leonard to pick up that short yardage situation. A big one for the Irish.
That's Love in motion, empty backfield. They give it to him right away to see what he's got on the edge. Good open field tackle once again by Louisville. Antonio Watts has been active from his linebacker spot. Loss of 2.
He sure has, and he's such an important part to this defense. He plays out there on the perimeter, kind of a quasi-linebacker, quasi-DB, and you saw him make the play on the run inside. But when you have a guy like that on the perimeter snuffing out those bubble screens, it's awfully good for your defense. Watch showing up again.
Riley Leonard already to the sideline to talk about what's next, as that was the final play of the third quarter. After all that scoring in the first quarter, the offenses have been slowed by aggressive blitzing defenses. We head to the fourth. Battle of top 20 teams with Notre Dame leading Louisville 24-14. Couple of former players in that game. The Baltimore Ravens heavy on the Notre Dame flavor on the offensive line with Ronnie Stanley. Former Louisville Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson will see excellent safety from Notre Dame, Kyle Hamilton. We look forward to the matchup. 3 teammates there for the Ravens from Louisville and Notre Dame. One red jersey. That must be pretty lonely there on Irish
Red guy right there. Gotta be kidding me. That takes courage, but I'd be proud to wear that jersey too. Number 8, something else.
Fourth quarter about to begin. Unbeaten 15th ranked Louisville taking on Notre Dame for the very first time as the higher ranked opponent. The Irish right behind them at number 16. Louisville led 7-0. Notre Dame raced to a 21-7 lead. The offenses have really slowed since then. Now Mike Denbrock with decision time now in the fourth. Riley Leonard's legs maybe back to the passing game, or do you bring back in Love and Price? Right now, he's got an empty backfield. On the move, Mitch Evans, tight end with a short gain out near midfield. Gain of 5.
Again, I like the call to move Riley Leonard, get him away from that pass rush, a high percentage throw, get it to one of your best receivers in Mitchell Evans, and make it third and somewhat manageable here. 3rd and 7 and change. I would anticipate man coverage and pressure coming from Ron English on the other side. And don't be afraid to use that matchup up top. Bo Collins, isolated outside. You give him a chance to go deep on these guys. This is a situation to do it.
Pressure from Ron English has been working. Notre Dame 1 out of 7 on 3rd down. They need 7 here. And Leonard gives to Williams initial hole and makes it out to the 45. He'll be 2.5 yards short after a gain of 4. Another 4th down here, Jason. What do you see?
Yeah, I see 4th and 2, but it's a long 2. And not all 2s are the same. It's almost 3. And you're across the 50-yard line. I can see Marcus Freeman going for it again just because this quarterback run thing in these situations has been so good for Notre Dame. There's going to be 11 guys around the line of scrimmage for Louisville trying to stop number 13.
Last time in this spot, from the shotgun, just took it right back up the middle. They've converted 2 times, both times, on their 4th down attempts.
They're all up there.
Talk about daring them to throw. And he does it again up the middle, this time met and pushed back. He's going to be a full yard short. They went right back to the well that worked last time, and this time the Cardinals were there.
You know, not all short yardage situations are the same. They say it's 4th and 2, but that was almost 3. And again, they've been so effective with these quarterback runs, and there's just a lot of guys in white shirts around the line of scrimmage getting north and south. Just too many guys in there. They don't get that initial surge, and almost 3 yards is a long way to go. Defeating blocks up front and getting the ball back for Louisville.
Linebacker TJ Quinn has been excellent leading tackler against the Fighting Irish last year in Louisville. He continues to show up. He made that play there. It gives Louisville the ball 1st down and 10 now on the 44. Chuck starts this drive 15 out of 25. Gives inside to Brown. And he's out to midfield. Nice gain of 5 yards. Will give him 6 on 1st down.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to run the ball here a little bit and then go play action and take a shot of their own outside. Leonard Moore, the freshman, on the left of the screen here. He's up top. They've been so good throwing the ball down the field throughout the year and making explosive plays. I think this is the time for it.
Benjamin Morrison back at corner on the near side. Shuck takes a shot downfield. Nowhere near. The ball lands harmlessly at the 10-yard line. Don Schuler was there. Chris Bell, the intended receiver, to bring up 3rd down 5.
It was an interesting call there. He goes inside and almost runs a skinny post where there can be some safety help. And a better route in that situation is to isolate Moore by just running a go route. You see him take the inside release, and all of a sudden the safety becomes a factor. I like where Shuck threw the ball. He knew he had no chance. And now we're back to this 3rd and 5 type situation. Anticipate pressure, man-to-man, and heat coming from Al Golden.
Now he's joined in the backfield by Donald Chaney. Little help if they bring that blitz on 3rd and 5. They only bring 4. Shuck on the move across his body. Nice play for the first. To the 42-yard line. Redmond, the tight end, gets 8.
Notre Dame shows heat, and they drop out. They still play man-to-man coverage, but this has been a common theme. Shuck moving to his left and making these throws. Love how he gets his left shoulder around and gets squared up. Easy when you're going left to let your momentum carry through the throw. Gets it out of his hand for a big pickup.
Quickly back the other way across the 40. That one well defended by the true freshman corner, Leonard Moore. Again, Benjamin Morrison, injured earlier, has come back. That was a long throw and a fastball, Jason.
Again, Shuck has been so impressive. He's 6'5", 225 pounds. He's statuesque in the pocket, but the movement, particularly to his left, under duress, has been really, really impressive. And look for Jeff Brom to try to isolate a matchup outside right now. And again, I keep going back to the freshman. Leonard Moore has been impressive, but he's got some big-time playmakers outside. I bet they challenge him.
Speaking of freshmen, they fake to Brown. Setting up, letting it go deep down the field. Incomplete. He had a chance there. And Colin Lacey had to go off his shoulder pad. Jordan Clark was there as well.
Again, they go play action, and they move Shuck to his left, but this is a design setup. He's going to come this way, and he's going to throw the ball all the way back. This is a Patrick Mahomes type play. Pull the guard, have an extra protector, then man-to-man coverage. The veteran Clark plays up underneath it. He knows what's coming, makes it a tougher throw. Shuck a little bit behind and ran out of space.
Clark caught up there off the shoulder pad. Big 3rd down here. Inside of 12 minutes left in the game. Louisville's been moving the ball, but these drives have eventually stalled. They need 7 here. Shuck, corner blitz, got there! Benjamin Morrison, and now they go the other way. Logan Thomas picked it up. 6 points, Notre Dame. Would be a 61-yard return. We'll take a close look to see if it was a fumble or an incomplete pass.
And all the big moments, Al Golden's going to dial up heat. He brings Benjamin Morrison off the slot. Ooh. Did he grip the ball enough to get his hand going forward? I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if they called this a pass.
Bring in Reggie Smith. Reggie, what do you think?
Well, the process of a forward pass begins when the quarterback with control begins the forward movement of his hand. Here it appears
that plays under further review to see if the quarterback's hand is moving forward with possession of the football.
It was ruled a fumble. It's under review. Reggie, go ahead.
And so now we're looking to see the quarterback's hand to see if he has demonstrated control when the hand begins to move forward. To me, I believe he still has enough control with the hand because you can see the bend in the wrist. To me, this should be an overturned to an incomplete pass.
I couldn't agree with you more, Reg. He is gripping that football as that hand is going forward, and it's a heck of a play by Morrison, knocking it out and going for the ball, but big, strong, sturdy guy in the pocket with big hands. It's a heck of a play by Shuck. And here it is, heat, more heat in these situations. There's Benjamin Morrison. It looks like, hey, they're going to play zone. Only 4 guys there. Not without Golden. Here comes the pressure. The free guy hits him. You don't think the officials make a big difference in the ball game? Let's hear the call.
The quarterback's hand was moving forward with possession of the football. Therefore, it is an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down and 7 at the 39-yard line.
I agree with the call. I think they got it right.
Crowd with a predictable reaction. Benjamin Morrison puts the hat back on. He'll go back out there, but as Reggie pointed out, Jason followed up Hard to see it any other way right there.
Yeah, you know, they talk about that open hand. Sometimes your hand is coming forward, but it's an open hand because the ball's already out. I don't think there was any doubt that he continued to grip the football as the hand was moving forward.
So on to attempt a long field goal here. They see where they set it up there in between the 46 and 47. We'll call it a 57-yard attempt. Rod Travelstead as long as 53.
Watch out for Jason Onya. He blocks these kind of field goals.
It's it up, needs a draw on it, and he got it. Wow. Officially 56 yards out, bettering his career long of 53. Boy, what a turn of events there. Notre Dame thought they had the 6 created by their defense. Louisville comes right back and just sneaks that one in from 56 yards out. It's now a one-score game in South Bend. Wonder what you would think of the last turn of events. Notre Dame thought they had a sack from Benjamin Morrison that led to a fumble. Instead, it was ruled an incomplete pass. Travelstead with a 56-yard field goal. That was a school record, and now it's 24-17. Let's see who's going above the rest, brought to you by Jersey Mike Subs.
Just talking about the disruptive nature of Louisville's defense. This is Gelati playing over Spindler inside, just getting up the field. Penetration kills the sprint out. This is Watts. He's been everywhere, defending the run, coming in and knocking Jeremiyah Love down, and they try to spit it out wide to Love one more time, and it's that same guy, Watts. And you know, you think about how they play defense. It's not so much scheme, it's how they play. And that guy right there, the defensive coordinator, Ron English, one of the best in the country. Great adjustments throughout this ball game. Gave up 24 early, nothing in the second half, and everything has been hard for Notre Dame.
Amazing numbers going Ron English's way there in the second half, as we saw. Struggled early, they have shut him down recently. Penalty flag is down.
False start. Offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Goes against Rocco Spindler on the right side.
Just keep thinking about Riley Leonard talking about, hey, drive starters. First play of the drive, we got to have positive plays, and this is not what you want. This is Spindler flinching. They're at the right guard spot. Now they find themselves 1st and 15. Louisville's got some momentum in this game.
Notre Dame up against it. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. 7 drives since, just a field goal. Leonard, quarterback draw, picking his way. Positive gain there up to the 27-yard line. Little patience paid off in the end. Picks up 7.
Yeah, just talking about Louisville's defense and Ron English, their defensive coordinator. He's a guy that was recruited to go to Cal with his twin brother by Rod Marinelli, our former defensive coordinator with the Cowboys. And there's a picture of them. Rod went on to be a GA for Ron did for Rod at Arizona State, and the DNA of Rod Marinelli is all over this defense. Effort, hustle, and finish. Ron English learned well.
Second down 9. Riley Evans tried to cut it back and dives out to the 29-yard line, gains 3. And Rod Marinelli, everywhere he went, it was scheme second and effort first. Ron English, same way.
Same thing, and it's not run to the ball, it's sprint to the ball. If you ever speed up, it's a loaf because you weren't sprinting the whole time, and you see this all over Louisville's defense. They set the edge, and here they come. All those white hats around the ball. It's a tough day for the runner.
Boy, a lot of speed on that Louisville defense showing up. Notre Dame 1 out of 8 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 6. Leonard, blitz, picks up.
Got him.
Wide open, Harrison. Inside of Louisville territory. Jaden Harrison by himself for a big 3rd down pickup.
Paul, we saw this thing earlier. It's man-to-man coverage. They motion down into a stack, and Louisville screws it up. 2 guys cover the low guy. Harrison running down the field. Riley Leonard sees it and gives it to him. When you play man-to-man coverage, you want to play on levels. And when they stack you up, one guy's got to take the low one guy's got to take the high one, and you got to communicate with each other. Poor communication there. Harrison running free. Wow.
D'Angelo Hutchinson, one of the safeties, a strong safety for Louisville, is down there on the sideline. Injured Cardinal on the field. 10:07 left in the game. Notre Dame up by 7. Back to South Bend after this. Who knows who will be ranked and what the records will be at that point. We know it's 1st down and 10. Jeremiyah Love, good fight there at the finish, down to the 32-yard line. We talked to Notre Dame offensive coordinator at length, Mike Denbrock, yesterday. He said, while this pass game, Jason, continues to be a work in progress, it's a luxury to have a running game where your quarterback can run like Riley Leonard.
Yeah, the game changed a long time ago when they put the quarterback under center. It was an extra guy for the defense. When you have a guy like Riley Leonard, that balances all back up, and he's been so good, particularly in the big moments running the football.
2nd down 5. Wants to throw back here. Well set up. Love with blockers out front. And a lane to the end zone. Love. Touchdown. .32-yard touchdown. Leonard to Love. Fist pumps from Marcus Freeman.
Hey, one-score game with 10 minutes to go. They had to come down on this drive and get some points. They go sprint out and they throw it back to Love. Use the stuff that's been effective for you early in the game. How many times has Riley Leonard moved in the pocket? You get the defense going one way, you throw it back, you throw it to your best runner, and Love, he's got an escort in front of him. Wow.
Remember Al Golden, Notre Dame's defensive coordinator, telling us yesterday that Louisville was the best screen team they have seen, and it's the Irish here coming up with a perfectly set up screen to go back up by 13. Take a look here to see if
That play is under further review.
taking a peek to see if Love actually got into the end zone. Okay, let's watch here, and Love will surge across here.
That's a touchdown. Maybe that left calf is dragging, but I don't know that we have enough visual evidence to overturn this one. Reg, what do you think, man?
I agree with you, Coach. Despite the fact that he's got the ball outstretched, it's hard to tell from the angles that he's down with the ball short. Not enough to overturn this. This should stand minimally.
I love the strength of Love at the end of this run. A lot of white shirts there, and he just went right through them. I think this one's going to stand.
And there's that ball well across the goal line. Here's the call.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. It's a touchdown.
Well, Jason, they had tried again to get Love the ball in the perimeter through the passing game. At one point here in the second half, he had a handful of catches for negative yards. They kept coming back to it, and great job by the offensive line there, and a good call from Mike Denbrock.
The best play callers are patient. They know what's good for them, what has been good for them over time, and they keep giving guys opportunities. Paid off there.
Jeter's extra point is up and in. After the previous 7 drives, earned Notre Dame only 3 points. This screen gets them a touchdown.
And here it is. They move Riley Leonard this way. They fake, and then they line up over here, and then all these offensive linemen get there. The defense goes that way, throw it back this way. There's nobody left. Look at that drawing. Are you kidding me? Just love the action. It's a bad matchup for this Louisville defense. When you see all those green shirts out in front of you and that guy right there doing everything they can, they follow the action. Running backs love this. When they got those personal escorts and no defenders in the way, he smelled it from 40 yards out.
Anthony Knapp, left tackle, the youngster all the way downfield, getting a big block there at the end. It's not very often when a running back gets to the end zone on a run or a pass, Jason, when there are as many offensive linemen as there are would-be tacklers near the ball carrier. Nice call, Coach.
How about that? A great call, an excellent execution. Get those big guys out in space, and you dial those screens up a lot, and sometimes they're boom and bust. Sometimes they just see it and feel it. That time they reacted to Leonard moving right, throwing it back, and there was nobody left.
See the yards by quarter there, bottom left. They haven't come close to the first quarter, but they have gotten better since that second quarter. Their best quarter yet since the start here as they approach 100 yards. Jeter's kickoff. Line drive effort. Back of the end zone, and now 9:16 left. Jeff Brom talked about playing for a brash head coach in Howard Schnellenberger. He and his quarterback need to be brash now with 9:16 left and down by 14.
Well, that's what they're all about. We talked about at the outset, Louisville's an edgy program. That's how they play. We've seen it all day long. They're going to compete, fight, and scratch and claw with anybody in the country. And, you know, even in this situation, 9 and change to go, you're down 2 touchdowns. This is a lifetime, particularly when you have a quarterback and a receiving corps as talented as Louisville has.
Shuck begins this drive 17 out of 30 for a buck 82. Starts on the ground and not a lot there for Isaac Brown. He picks up 4. It's back up about 3 hours, Jason, in the pregame show. You said Notre Dame plays well in these situations under Marcus Freeman. They play with an edge when a big opponent is in town. What have you seen?
Yeah, we were here. We were here 2 years ago when they beat Clemson, last year against USC, and it had the same feel to me.
Completion, the big tight end Johnson, or manhandling. Benjamin Morrison on the side there, moved the chains, first down.
And it's one of the most challenging things about college football. Notre Dame versus a MAC opponent, you're better. How do you keep that edge? They knew who they were playing today, and they brought the edge all day long.
Holding, firing the quick slant to Corey Brooks. That's another Louisville first down. Their top receiver has been quiet so far, but that's an 11-yard gain.
And he's such a big target running inside. And one more look at Shuck's ability to throw strikes all over the place. Leonard Moore is there. Ball's right on that front breastplate.
Fourth-year receiver against a true freshman. Shuck thought about checking it down. And now just fires it away near Brooks. Incomplete.
Maintaining balance here is important for Louisville. Jeff Brom continue to run the football. It's one drive at a time. You can't score 2 touchdowns at once. You just need to get one of them. Show them they can move the ball both in the run and the pass. Just have a balanced attack. Keep getting after Notre Dame's defense different ways. And go score yourself a touchdown. Get yourself back in the game.
Louisville has outrushed Notre Dame up to this point. There's a hole off the left side for Cheney. From Miami to Louisville, 6-yard pickup there. R.J. Oben makes the stop.
No doubt 4-down territory here for Notre Dame, for Louisville, and that impacts their call here on 3rd down. Willingness to run the ball in this situation to make it 4th and manageable if they don't get it.
Louisville coming in a perfect 3-0, ranked 15. Notre Dame 3-1 at 16. This is 3rd and 4. 4-man rush. Shot over the middle, dropped. And incomplete. Chris Bell had a great chance at that one.
He sure did, and that's what Bell does. He's a big, strong receiver running inside, 220 pounds. He's got a big frame, and that ball's right there on him. Lack of concentration. Bell beats Morrison inside, just doesn't finish the play, and it's 4th and 4. And we've said this before. Heat, more heat from Al Golden. He's going to play man coverage and some kind of pressure against Tyler Shuck. He's got to be ready to get the ball out of his hands quickly.
The game within the game you talked about here before this one, Jason. Al Golden's defense against Jeff Brom's offense on 4th down and 4. Play clock is down to 2. They got to hustle. And they just got that timeout.
Hey, it's a frustrating timeout by Jeff Brom. You do not want to use a timeout like that when you're down 2 touchdowns late in the game, but this play is too big. This is the play of the game for Louisville. They must convert this to keep this drive alive, or it's going to be tough sledding coming back the other way.
Well, let's start by looking at what each side ought to do here. Al Golden, defensive coordinator for Notre Dame. On third and longs, they've been blitzing. 4th and 4, pressure down, or what do you think?
I don't think there's any doubt it's a pressure down. The interesting thing for Al is the decision is what coverage do I play behind the pressure?
Yeah.
Do I play straight man-to-man coverage? You're susceptible to picks and rubs and those kinds of things. Or do we bring heat and play some sort of zone behind it? Al's got a lot of stuff in his inventory that he's used throughout the year. That's the big question. And when you're Shuck on the other side, you anticipate heat, you react to zone, and then you got to see the coverage behind it. If it's man-to-man, obviously it's important for Notre Dame to communicate and not to get rubbed off in these situations.
It was Louisville's 4th down pressure package that won the day last year at Louisville. Al Golden with a chance here, 4th and 4.
Looks like zone.
They brought 4. Shuck chased out. He can run for it, and he does. Tyler Shuck just inside the 40-yard line, slides for a first. They drop 7, and he picks up 8.
Tried to show a little bit of heat, and they drop out of there, and they just play zone behind it. They play a 2-deep safety look. Kingston, Viliamuas is showing up again, but Shuck one more time using his feet. Big conversion.
7-minute mark coming. Shuck, double pump. Now across the middle. Broken tackle, and around the edge goes Isaac Brown. Late penalty thrown at the 30-yard line after Brown got 9. Isaac Brown, freshman tailback, has been a focus. That's his 15th touch so far today.
Personal foul, legal blindside block. Offense, number 11.
Tight end Jamari Johnson.
Here's Johnson right here on the right side of your screen. And ooh, I don't know about that one, Reg. It looks like he's trying to get in front. At some point, the defender needs to be able to see what's going on around him.
Number 11 approaches from the blind side where he cannot see this. This is a good call for a blind side block.
Ooh, football's changed, Reg.
Brings back a big gain. Yes, it has. Jace, first down and 16. Over the middle, high and late and incomplete. Tried to come back to Chris Bell, had the drop earlier on this drive. Benjamin Morrison was right there.
Now, if you're Shuck, it's a second and long situation. You know you have 3 downs. So the biggest thing is positive plays. Give me something positive to make a third and manageable, knowing that I'm going to have a 4th down. So take a breath here. You don't have to get it all at once. Just chip away at this thing and make it manageable.
Second down, 16. Shuck sets up the screen, and it's well set up by Louisville. Big hit by the freshman cornerback, Leonard Moore. Keywan Brown picks up 6, and as you talked about, a little bit at a time.
Yeah, it's an excellent call. Take it out of the quarterback's hands and just go screen over here. We saw Notre Dame have success on their screen. The timing and patience by the back, getting in behind the lineman is critical here. Notre Dame drops deep. Great opportunity and a good call by Brom. It's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that 3rd and 5 feels different, as you talked about, Jason, when you know you go for it on 4th if you have to.
Pressure.
There it comes. Shuck to the sideline, right on the money, and this time it's caught by Chris Bell. First down, Louisville, gain of 7.
And that's the pressure we're talking about. It's pressure and man-to-man coverage. And Leonard Moore, the freshman, has Bell. They're bringing pressure off the side. They just go quick outside on the freshman. Shuck knows it's coming. Back comes over and scans and blocks it. Delivers a strike.
Inside of 6 minutes, first down and 10 from the Irish 27. Look at that time. Now he's got to go. Time runs out. Shuck is dropped in the backfield by Riley Mills.
Riley Mills, known as a really good run defender, staying relentless, rushing the passer. You see him right here, lined up over the left guard, and he just keeps pushing. He just keeps coming. He goes through the back. He just keeps playing. Tui Alamaka on the outside. Marcus Freeman, Al Golden challenged Riley Mills and Howard Cross. Coverage was really clean on the back end. When you guard them on the back end, it gives those big guys up front a chance to go get them. Excellent job in the secondary. Shuck had no place to throw it. The big guy got home.
And Louisville does not have any timeouts left. 5:42 left. They trail by 2 touchdowns. The conversation on the sideline by one of the best quarterbacks in Louisville history, Jeff Brom, in the early 90s, with his 25-year-old quarterback, Tyler Shuck. From Oregon to Texas Tech to 1 year at Louisville, and a big spot here in South Bend.
It just seems like there's a lot of swimming upstream for this Louisville team on this drive. They get way behind the chains, and we talk about, hey, you got 3 downs to make this. It's second and extra long, chip away at it, and that's what they have to do. The ability to stay patient in these situations as a play caller and as a quarterback. Make good decisions, make positive plays, get it back to 3rd and 4th and manageable.
Defensive coordinator Al Golden shared with us that he had challenged all week his big veterans inside. Howard Cross, Riley Mills, he said it's not good enough to be good right now. You got to dominate on Saturday, and they'll have some chances here. This is 2nd down 19.
And they got a look in their eye, don't they?
Met with Howard Cross yesterday. He was not in a good mood. Couldn't wait for kickoff. Empty backfield for Shuck. 2nd and long. They want the catch and run. There's the catch, and here's the run. Colin Lacey, his first game of the season.
Hey, they dropped 8 guys there, but there's some pressure inside by Cross. They drop Oben. They still get a little pressure inside by Cross. Shuck gets the ball out of his hands. Another one of those positive plays to Lacey.
3rd and 7, play action.
Got him.
To the end zone. Brooks, did he catch it? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Louisville.
This is the matchup we've been talking about. They love Leonard Moore, but Brooks is tough on the vertical throw down the field. Look at the concentration at the end of the down. When Shuck saw the isolated coverage, when the safety's in the middle and Leonard Moore's by himself against Brooks, one of the best vertical receivers in the country, he's going to give him a chance. I'll tell you what, Shuck dropping dimes, dropping it out of the helicopter, Brooks finishing it. Big time throw and catch.
Stuck that right hand out, managed to get the feet down. Well done for Ja'Cory Brooks. Extra point, and we are right back to a 7-point game. Ja'Cory Brooks had some big games, made some big plays for Nick Saban at Alabama. First year at Louisville, that counts as his biggest play yet. 5:17 left in the game. Louisville trails by 7. Louisville celebrating for now. They just had a touchdown hookup from Shuck to Brooks. A little over 5 minutes left. The lead for Notre Dame down to 7. As for the Notre Dame offense, we see Brooks celebrating there. They are down 1 wide receiver. Jordan Faison, you saw him leaving earlier in this game with an injury. Zora Stevenson has confirmed for us that he will not come back for the Irish offense today. And Riley Leonard, 17 out of 23 through the air, a couple of touchdowns. Good outing for him. Leading rusher for the Irish. And some work still to be done.
And this is a big moment right here for Riley Leonard. Has really played well, both as a runner and as a passer today. And if you remember, his last game when he played at Duke was against Louisville, and it was not a good outing. So he has to feel good about what he's done up to this point. But with 5:17 to go, this is what the game is all about. You're up 1 score. You've had a lot of success doing a lot of different things as an offense, but here it is. This is crunch time. This is what quarterbacks get paid for, so he needs to come up big, and I would anticipate Denbrock using him as a runner, also moving that pocket to get this drive started.
And on this drive, got to keep in mind, Louisville cannot stop the clock, so if the Irish get it going and move the chains, they can bleed a lot of that 5:17. Blitz off the end coming. Leonard, the top rusher for Notre Dame so far, picks up 3 right up the middle. Marcus Freeman said during the week that I want to share once again, I want to relive the Louisville loss last year at Louisville. Injured Louisville player on the field. Not his motivation, but his teaching. And I want all the team to feel the pain.
Timeout on the field for an injured player of the defense.
Showed a handful of plays on Tuesday to the entire team. Showed 6 or 7 on Wednesday. And Jason, he said a couple of things. If we're going to learn from this, we got to feel it all together in order to grow.
No doubt, and it's a tricky thing as a coach that you have to look back and learn from your experiences. And for Notre Dame, it's the Louisville game from last year. It's the Northern Illinois game from this year. And you want to maintain that bad taste in your mouth to play with that edge that we're talking about. But then you balance that as a coach with, hey, we got to let the pass go by, clean the slate, and play this play. And it's a tricky thing for a head coach. And Marcus was balancing that all week long. We went into the facility. They're playing the game all day long. They wanted the team to go through that and learn from it, and then maintain that bitterness, that feeling they had once they left the field, and then show up today. And they played with that edge we're talking about. But again, nothing matters up to this point. 5:03 to go. You're up a touchdown. It's what you do now that matters, and we'll see if the Irish can respond.
Injured safety for the Cardinals, M.J. Griffin, walked off the field. And back to that point, one more there on Marcus Freeman sharing that loss one more time. Riley Leonard raised his hand and said, I'm right here with you. His final game at Duke was a game he got injured against, going up against this Louisville defense. His offense didn't score a touchdown. He was less than 50%. He has his own personal pain against this red and white D. Coming together with the Irish, and they all try to get back against Louisville here today.
And you hope that pain turns into a chip on your shoulder and you play the game with the edge we're talking about.
We have not seen Jadarian Price, normally the second punch there to Love. It's been Aeneas Williams, the freshman tailback, and he's in the game now too. This is more Riley Leonard, and Leonard out near the 30-yard line, brings up third down.
And we see this. There's 11 guys around the line of scrimmage as we come up to this big third down here at the end of the ball game to see if they can keep this drive alive. We've seen 2 Riley Leonard runs, and he is wincing coming out in this thing. Interesting to see.
Remember, Riley Leonard went out of the game earlier for a play.
This is too big a moment. If I'm coaching over there, let's bang the timeout and let's give him a chance to take a breath. Got hit on the side on that right knee.
Play clock down to 2.
Take the timeout.
There we go. Clock stops 3:38.
Notre Dame takes its first time out of the half. The 30-second timeout. Hoosiers set the game clock to 3 minutes, 39 seconds.
As we take a look at Riley Leonard, he's had one of his best days as a quarterback here for Notre Dame. The movement in the pocket, the scramble, then the design movement. He's just been efficient on the run, and then when he gets a chance to climb up in that pocket and attack that seam, he's right on the money. So certainly his most efficient and explosive game throwing the football, in addition to his ability to run it. But again, this is the big moment. 3rd and 5. They have to maintain possession here. Paul, you touched on it. Louisville out of timeouts. So making a first down in this situation, give Notre Dame an opportunity to continue to run the ball and bleed this clock out. They give Louisville a chance here. By that defense getting off the field, it's a whole nother story.
Update on the Irish offensive line. They've dealt with injuries all season. Sam Pendleton, the left guard, is out. Sullivan Absher comes in. The sophomore from Belmont, North Carolina, on 3rd down and 5.
Man-to-man and pressure coming.
Leonard, would he throw? Keeps it himself. Dropped in the backfield. Clock ticks. Loss of 6. Louisville cannot stop the clock, but they will get the ball back. Ashton Gelati, TJ Quinn, their veteran leaders, were in on Leonard.
Couple things there. We've been talking about Al Golden bringing heat. There was no doubt they were going to bring heat. Penetration up the field forces Riley Leonard to bubble back. He's not going to have an opportunity to find his receivers down the field. They were going to bring pressure, play man-to-man coverage. It's an excellent decision by Riley at the end of the down not to throw this ball away and continue to let that clock bleed.
Leonard now with 13 carries, more than any of the tailbacks for Notre Dame. James Randell had some pressure, gets off the high end-over-end punt, and the punt is returned to the 45-yard line. Mari Huggins-Bruce, so good field position from the 45 for Tyler Shuck. He has been in between solid and really good this entire game. He'll start this drive, 25 out of 41, 270, no timeouts left, and down 7.
Wow. Really impressed with how Shuck and Jeff Brom were patient and persistent on that last drive, overcoming some long down and distance situations and finding a way to get the ball in the end zone to make it a one-score game. Louisville's defense rises up to get on the ball back. 2:44 to go, no timeouts is the exact situation you want to be in if you're a quarterback.
Top receiver has been number 1, Ja'Cory Brooks. He's lined up wide to the right of Shuck. And they start on the ground. Osbury there, but a good finish by Isaac Brown. The true freshman picks up 6.
Brown's been impressive running between the tackles. Typically a space player with a lot of speed. He's been running north and south, and this is the matchup we were talking about at the outset. Brown against Golden, the chess match.
Right back on the ball, 2:21 and counting left. They come back to the ground. This time not as much. Drake Bowen there, 2 yards short of the first. Brown again, the ball carrier. 2-minute timeout coming up here.
Obvious 4-down territory for Brom. Interesting to see if they try to get this ball off.
Try to get one more play off. 1 second left to do so. Won't happen.
And I like that. Sometimes you get in those situations, you want to rush it. Hey, take a breath. Too big a situation. 4-down territory for Louisville.
Riley Leonard has had a good day, but Ja'Cory Brooks has come alive for Louisville. We have 2 minutes left in South Bend. Notre Dame leads by 7. Jeff Brom's Louisville Cardinals coming to South Bend unbeaten, ranked 15. Marcus Freeman's Fighting Irish, ranked number 16. Both teams feel like they should be playing. They want to be playing in December. Big 2 minutes coming up right here for each side. 3rd down and 2. Shuck hands off again. It's going to be right at the sticks. Donald Chaney with a good fight at the end.
I think he's going to be short.
Again, Louisville cannot stop the clock ticking. 147, 146, fourth, less than a yard. 4th down today, they're 0 for 3.
First things first for Louisville, get the first down. Anticipate them running the football here, but that clock is ticking.
0 for 3 on 4th and quarters 1 through 3. 1 for 1 in the 4th. And here's the game for them and the chance to continue it. Donald Chaney, the tailback. Quarterback sneak. Play clock was winding down. It was down to 1.
Before the snap, delay a game on the offense.
Oh, wow.
Game clock was running. Plays also subject to a 10-second runoff. Please set the game clock to 1 minute. Game clock is started by signals.
As we look at the clock in the right-hand part of your screen, it gets to 0 before that ball is snapped. No question about it. You don't think this is a game of inches? They make the first down on the previous play. We're out of this situation. Now they find themselves 4th and 6, and Al Golden is going to bring pressure.
Shuck, 4th and 6, lets it go. Incomplete. No flag.
Wow. What a sequence.
Ja'Cory Brooks, the intended receiver. Notre Dame takes over, leading by 7 and 47 seconds left. Louisville with no timeouts.
They find themselves in a 4th and 5 situation late. Golden just rushes forward. They play man-to-man coverage, and he takes a shot down the field. Don't love the decision. He's just trying to give him a chance. There's safety help.
Good no call there.
Lacey beats him initially. The ball's late. There is some contact, no question about it. I do think it's a good no call. Let those guys play, and a huge break for the Irish. The 3rd down play that doesn't make a first down is the difference in the game. It changed the whole complexion of this drive.
And the 5-yard penalty there makes 4th and 1, 4th and 6. Louisville with no ability to stop the clock will have to watch the final seconds tick off and go back home with a loss. It'll be their first of the season. Notre Dame ranked 16, about to knock off the team ranked 15. Northern Illinois loss will feel further away, and the off week, which is coming next, will feel a whole lot better for the Fighting Irish.
This is what they do. It's that same energy we've seen before. Nationally ranked teams coming into this place when the Irish has their back to the wall, they respond. They responded early. Most importantly, they responded late.
Tyler Shuck with a good effort, but he is bested by Riley Leonard, who had the combination of run and pass. 2 touchdowns and no picks through the air for Leonard. He also had a touchdown run. Leading rusher for Notre Dame once again. Zora Stevenson with the winning head coach Marcus Freeman.
Coach, a lot of talk this week about the pain from last year's loss to Louisville. How did that emotion show up on the field today?
I think emotionally we were ready to go, but hopefully, more than anything, you learn from mistakes. And that's what I want to make sure this group understands. You learn from the mistakes that we made last year, and then you believe that you can execute when it matters the most. And it wasn't a great second half, but we found a way, and great teams find a way to do it.
A win against Texas A&M, now a win against Louisville. What is it that allows this group to show up against the best?
I don't know. Great leadership. We got great seniors. They're competitors. Competitive spirit shows out, but great teams are consistent, and that's what we want to be. We want to be a great team, so we got to continue to be consistent.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Marcus, Zora, thank you, and he goes to the locker room, can exhale. What a week it has been. Leading into this battle of top 20 teams, and Notre Dame now 4-1. They just beat the 15th ranked team, so they'll move up further into that top 15 and enjoy a bye week.
No doubt, and just talk about responding. It's a lot of attention on this program, and when things aren't going well, it's a big spotlight on the head coach and on the quarterback, and those guys showed their leadership this week, and most importantly for 3 hours this afternoon. Louisville's a good football team. They fight, they scratch, they claw. That's what they're all about, and Notre Dame was up to the task, and Marcus said it. In the big moments, they were able to make the plays.
See Riley Leonard singing there. He's learned that song already.
Yeah. What a fun day of football here at Notre Dame, and 2 really competitive teams, excellent coaches, big-time players, battling for 60 minutes, and it comes down to a game of inches. That short yardage play on 3rd and 1, it really changed the complexion. Notre Dame's defense responded.
That was his quarterback coach, Gino Guidugli, smiling and hugging to celebrate this win. Xavier Watts is with Zora.
Hey, Xavier, coming into this one, you knew that Louisville was going to take some shots up the field. How did you all showcase the talent that you have in your secondary?
We just prepared all week. We know they were going to take shots. Last year, they took a couple of shots against us. So coming into this week, we knew they were going to take shots, and we were ready for it. So,
Coach talks about consistency. He talks about not beating yourselves. What kind of step did Notre Dame football make today?
We took a good step. Like I said, it was a big win. We knew Louisville was going to come in. They're going to get their toughest, but we've still made a lot of mistakes. We still got to clean up a lot of stuff. So this is just the lowest that we can get. So every week we're going to keep improving. So it's a great win, but we still got to clean up some stuff.
Thanks, Xavier.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Zora, Xavier, thank you very much. Go back to 4 hours ago, Jason. You talked about the edge and grit Notre Dame needed to win this game here. Now that they have a 7-point victory, what would be your top takeaway?
Well, it's the leadership. The leadership not only from the coaching staff, but from the players. The big-time guys stepped up. He's one of them. Xavier Watts, one of the best defenders in the country, had a big takeaway in this game. Riley Leonard showed up big. Riley Mills at the end of the ball game showed up. So the senior leadership, they're the guys who set the tone for them and made the plays in the big moments. And now the lesson needs to be learned. They had a huge win against A&M in week 1, and they came back and they faltered against Northern Illinois. A bye week next week, and then Stanford comes into this place, and Notre Dame has to maintain that edge and stay in the moment if they want to have the success over the course of this season.
A lot of talk about defensive coordinator Al Golden and what he did. Second half, they held Louisville to less than 2 yards rushing per carry. And Notre Dame wins the turnover battle here, something they didn't do in Louisville last year. Tonight, college football is on NBC and Peacock with 2 primetime matchups. Illinois, Penn State on Big Ten Saturday night. Ohio State takes on Michigan State exclusively on Peacock. For Zora Stevenson, Jason Garrett, our entire crew, I'm Paul Burmeister. Thanks for being with us today in South Bend.